attack damage indeed.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Grow to massive proportions. We've already seen this game. Matu's found himself in a position where he has those fights where he gets up to like 40 plus stacks.
Free money.
More money.
300. Can't forget how much those really do build up when you do pick them off every single time. The smoke is caught. There is a ward there.
See if Secret want to try and fight this, or if they're just going to simply avoid this. Oh,
good old Wraiths.
Yeah.
They're like, and we're spotted. Okay.
It's going to have a little awkward for them.
They know he's somewhere in the tree line here, Poppy.
I'll just take the tower out of this instead. I know they're not going to get anything more. Just push that top wave forward. Matu going for the basher next.
Got AC done. So he's trying to find some way to protect himself versus Eurus. Any type of plus armor to help himself. At least a little bit. Eurus
queuing up the Skadi rather than the butterfly this game. So, are you a fan of the Skadi? I know some people sort of feel like Skadi's a bit of a, you know, is a jack of all trades, or sort of master of none item when your carry gets it.
I think he's concerned about the BKBs.
Okay.
On Secret.
Wants to have something else
about them just like getting on top of him or them just getting away. I think with that, he'll have a little bit easier of a time. I mean, I'm just trying to think of what he's at least doing with that. Look at that. That's interesting. Like Blink Dagger on Zai. So we were mentioning he might have a bit of a hard time getting on top of the drought. That is, there you go.
I think that, and also you talk about the reliability of saves. Now Zai can be that reliable save. It depends, right? As you say, he's either going to play aggressive as the initiation, or he's going to sort of sit back a little bit, throw his spells out, and just be prepared to get them out. I guess
he also saw the MKB.
Yeah, you're right. There's an MKB.
So it's a combo. I think for me, like, it's a combo both still though. Like I think the Scotty is always very useful versus versus those BKBs to do the kite out.
Oh, still definitely a close one here. 35 minutes, 23-18, 3K lead for Vici Gaming. A lead that well, you saw there earlier at the net worth about that 20-minute mark. It looked like it was about to get massively out of control. I think Vici Gaming would have been in a very good position to walk away with this game, but that whole bit of a mistake around the river that they made has definitely put this game into a position now where Secret absolutely have a good shot of closing this one down. Not that Vici Gaming missed their only window, but they definitely missed a window with the way that they slowed their game down.
Yeah, definitely would agree with that. They could have probably, they could have just ended the potential ending game.
They won that fight. They had the Roche advantage. You know, because that was the big thing. They lost the fight and they lost Roshan. Two things that Vici Gaming should have had, right? They should have had a fight, and they should have had Roshan very easy for this line. He's been found. He'll try his best. He's got a blade bell. He's got a heal, but there is no escape for Yang. We can just sort of play around with it a little bit. Matu's going to be able to get another permanent Essence Shift stack up.
How many stacks does he have now, too, for the fight?
Got to be a decent amount on the Slark after these kills.
I think for the fight, too, he should have
10 permanent.
He's got 15 as well, 45 extra for the fight coming up. So they might look actually to take something here with that Legion Dead, too. It's quite strong now. Titan Sliver as well, just gives you that much stronger. We're trying to make something happen with these bonus attributes for the Slark, but not quite able to. Not scouting for vision, too. So it looks like the next area they want to play Roshan. So he's scouting to see if there's any warps put up there by Vici just yet.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
See if they want to jump Eurus here. Eurus is playing quite close to the river. This sure is going to block him out. Matu trying to get in DY. Will be able to save Eurus from the swap, get him out of there. Matu commits with the BKB, stays on top of DY. Pick themselves up the Venge. Can they go for more? Matu turning his attention over towards PYW. The stomp comes out, but the Dark Power was already there. As Matu will continue to chase down using the Shadow Dance, getting that movement speed to look to close the gap, but he has to respect that Eurus is around. Gus will be thrown out. Matu already pounces away. Knows that he cannot try and push any closer if they do not have the capability of getting on top of the Drow. They'll turn for objectives, take away the shrine, and continue to sort of hold Vici Gaming in this sort of position where Vici's struggling to make plays themselves. Another Roche will, by the looks of it, go to where Secret. They are buying back on Vici Gaming, and Secret will respect that, as they know that Vici Gaming is going to be putting resources into making sure that they cannot lose that Roshan again. As they do not want Secret to get their hands on that. They get the Aegis and Cheese Secret, and then Secret will be in the territory to start threatening the base of Vici in a turn of events.
How's our levels looking? I think I saw Drow almost hitting 25 soon, right? Slark 24, Drought is 25, Magnus 24 as well. So we've got the cooldown reduction. So BKB's Manta's Pike, all going to be up so often. And also, of course, your lovely actual abilities. Your multi-shot will be up that much more often. And now, of course, we get even more damage. Magnus. Look at that. Is that 322 damage plus 152?
Yeah, it's getting some crazy numbers.
Big numbers.
I mean, the last few times they've been able to get away with it, so that they have jumped on Eurus, meaning that a lot of moves are having to be made to keep Eurus safe, and that's exactly what Secret have to keep doing. They've got to find the Drow, start the fight on top of them.
It's tough when you feel like you're kind of on the defensive aspect a lot of the game too. Feels like it's Secret a lot of time at their side of the river. Now they are starting to push forward here, trying to reclaim this area. You'll be able to do so with that vision.
Whoa. He may just be... okay. He knew the numbers.
That AC?
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much was, yeah, without that armor.
Yeah. Great. I mean, it's such a good pick up this game for so many reasons. He's versus Elder Titan. He's versus Drowvenge. It's like you always want plus armor versus these heroes in particular. You want your agility to be your armor, especially versus ET.
Yeah, I wonder what he's going to get rid of for the old Basher, because you know that's the problem with the game nowadays. You've got a lot of items in hand, and there's probably the Mindbreaker's going to go right. Then you hold on to the Sliver.
Sliver just feels like it has a great usage because of the two piercing disables, the duel as well as that RP. I feel like it just has a little bit.
You want to hold on to that.
Putting down
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So tough to choose though. Mindbreaker is like one of my favorite items in the game. It just it catches people off guard so often.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, BKB's silence. Who the hell silence me?
Is under attack.
Witless Shackles is good for anyone this game. Anyone on featured gamers lineup that can deal with the reduced mana.
Can ET?
What's ET's mana pool like?
Gets him really low.
I guess it's really low. Yeah. Not even Avenge. That's too low mana pool.
Alright, put it base.
Yeah, sure.
And we see Nisha, he does pick himself up a flicker.
I mean, that's very nice, right?
That's pretty sweet.
You're this hero that you only get a chance to close the gap. Flicker will give you that chance. I mean, sure, it's not a reliable chance. It may end up in a bit of a... There you go, you know?
Okay.
Gets them away, they don't get the money.
There you go, okay.
They don't get the money.
Oh, an illusionist cape for the Drow Ranger. That's a good. That's a nice one for
Nice
Drow.
for the split, nice for the push.
Yeah.
And yeah, what 14 Agi? It's always going to be nice on the Drow.
Yep. Makes your illusions do a little more damage too. 10% or whatever it is.
Oh, and you're right. What's the cooldown with the Drow tower?
Radiant's middle tower.
It's
probably really
very low, right?
Radiants are scanning.
It does an 18, right? 18
I thought
seconds.
it said 10. I was like, wow, that's a really good item.
18 second. That's very nice.
Oh, they also get a Witless Shakeout. Okay. They can actually probably equip that.
Oh, who's going to use it?
Can Zai?
I think so. He's got 1,000. Does he need
No,
1,000 mana?
He gave it a buff.
Is under attack.
Damn, look at Puppy now.
Oh yeah, Puppy's still got 1,100 mana.
3,000
So
life.
he's cool.
And an AI. I mean, that's gonna be that Lich is gonna be tough to bring down now.
I mean, he needs it, right? We saw in the mid game, it was just Yang dueling Puppy every single time.
I mean,
now, do you want to duel that?
I mean,
probably.
If you proc the thing. Well, actually, you'll probably kill him anyway, right afterwards. But
Princess Knife, level up.
Okay.
Level up. Oh, he's going to slot it in. I guess the attack speed obviously nice. It is plus 50.
Man, both these teams are just farming for a while, huh? No one's actually wanted to fight.
Shield's guard, getting the tomes out.
Oh, he kept the Mindbreaker over the Sliver. All right.
Oh, he's doing a bit. He's swapping it around a little bit because he had the leveler in. So I would be surprised if I don't think the leveler takes precedent over Mindbreaker and Sliver.
No, I wouldn't.
Even though it's a tier 4. Tell you what, we didn't see. They didn't get the lamp, did they?
No lamp.
They've had all the drops, I think.
Yeah, no lamp.
So no lamp, unfortunately. We won't get to see it. Did we have them all? Yeah, we did. There.
And on this side, we also have them all with that. Ooh. Those are not the best that I've seen.
I think Vici Gamer will be a little more happier. Getting that illusionist cape's nice for the Drow.
Yeah, that with the Shaco that they have at the base as well.
Sure, that is sort of the trade-off. They do have a useless item for their team.
Maybe someone will equip it later on. Maybe Venge even could eventually, but who knows. Matu, very low on mana that he's pushed out here. Nisha?
That's a double.
It's weird. My eye's not working.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Didn't look like a double to me.
It's got the little timer thing.
My eyes were not working clearly. I was like,
Crazy.
what the hell is he? Did he flicker in
Radiant's
there?
middle tower is under attack.
So he puts away boots. Got a satanic now on top too. Okay.
I mean, yeah, you don't need boots when you got a Hurricane Pike and a Avenge ready to swap you. I don't think it's that movement speed.
How many 70-minute games did you guys have? Did you only have one or
there's
two?
only one.
Only the one?
Yeah, it was only one. I think the other one got close. And there was the grand finals as well, with the other one game that went to the full. I mean, I know it's because already for this game has been very sort of.
It just slowed down
1
for
to
the last,
3K. And it is going to continue to do this because it's an Arc Warden game. So regardless of how much Vici Gaming start to get a push together, Niche is going to always be able to keep the game going as long as he doesn't turn up to the fights in a bad manner, which he won't. You know, he's Niche. He's a pro player. He's going to split push. He's only going to turn up when he knows that he's not going to feed. So this game, it's getting harder and harder to call. I really do think that, you know, we saw it. Vici Gaming, they were leading by a little bit earlier on. They had some momentum. They shook themselves up, and now Secret's been allowed to have this grasp of the game where suddenly you're just in Arc Warden territory. The game is going to be very annoying to end against Niche's Arc Warden.
Yeah. But they're going to catch in the back inside. The important one to tell you. He's going to put the BKB in the Shadow Dance. Already slammed down pretty low party. RP's out, using to hold Matthew in position. The Shadow Dance, Matthew's just dead. A terrible commitment from the Slark. Constant in nature. Nisha has been baited into the action. He's dead as well. Zai, and he's actually going to be the only one to live. Okay, does get Poppy out. Zai doesn't die, but Matu and Nisha die there incredibly unnecessarily. And Yamsar brought back as well to try to join into the fray afterwards. He didn't die, thankfully, for himself, but I think we just cursed him pretty hardcore right there. As soon as we're saying, hey, you know, it's slowing down, everything's looking alright. I mean, that finishes the troopy there. Yeah, I know, like, sure, Matu dying there is like, okay, you know, he's a Slark, his job is to turn up to fights, it was a bad decision, but the fact that Nisha gets caught out as well. Did he get hit by, like, what, was it a Prince's Knife from the Vengeful Spirit or something? Like, I saw something hexed him really quickly. Okay, it's on the ET, so he got, I think maybe that tricked him up, and him just finishing that TP was a bit wild. Yeah, a choice to fight that is going to cost them. My God. As now Vici Gaming will have the power to push down. They do not want to buy back on these two cores, so they may just have to let a set of racks go. We'll see if they want to let this go or if they do want to buy back. They're dead for 30 seconds each. James about to be 25 as well. We're about to have AoE press the attack online in a second for this round. I mean, they're just moving in onto the racks. They're holding onto their buyback, so it looks like they will just accept that this middle racks is gone. Physical damage. They got it. Oh, he did. The damage. All right, now that's. But it's scaling. I mean, I guess. I mean, he's like, hey, you know, sure, we just had a great bit of fortune. We just took a mid set of racks, but this game could still go on for a long time. And now with that ball, yeah, he's looking for that bonus of the duel. What a shot with Bolden. He's gonna get it. Turn to 26 now, but is he gonna die for this? They're coming in for the buybacks. Poppy is looking to try and set up the turning on. Yang's running away, but Yang is gone. Good slams him, but Yang catching the turn of the sets up with the Fisher. He's blocking them off, or he's trying to run away. BKB's out, but Ori will fall. Eurus, he's dead to once. Secret, they're going to be able to kill him a second time as well. By the looks of it, they surround him, and BKB going for the TP, but the bash is there for Matu. The swat's there, but DY dies for it, and they're straight up behind her, staying on top of the crowd. Secret, not going to be able to get a first kill. Eurus will fall. What a game we have here this morning. If you've not been woken up, this one certainly will. Probably because you're scratching your head so hard, you sort of reach your brain. As both teams slipping up and up. Mistakes after mistakes. This time Vici Gaming, after taking the mid-racks, they were getting a little too aggressive going for the bottom. They knew that both Matu and Nisha were going to be back in the game. And it's a very close game. They've got to respect these two cores. They hurt. I mean, that was it was a crazy duel from Yang that causes everything to kind of just. And it was all because he took that. If he didn't take the plus 40, he was not going for that. He wouldn't have gone. He was going for that because he took the plus 40 damage bonus. And he used the cheese too, so he committed forward for a Lich in that fight. I think he has to buy backs. And now there's a leveler on a Slark with how many? Okay, he has only 14 sets, but it's a DD rune as well. Yeah. We're gonna kill these buildings very quickly with this. What the? That is just. Yeah, they're forced to buy back. Eurus. That's one.
attack.
Anyone else going to have to? I mean, if they don't, they may lose 2 racks. Which, you don't have to be too smart in the odd numbers to know that losing 2 racks is a lot worse than losing 1. Ooh, quick shadow dance, make sure Matu doesn't get dueled by Yang. Secret, they'll play it a little smarter. You know, they'll back off. They'll say, all right, 2 racks, we ain't going to push it for more. Eurus brought back, it didn't really do anything, and now VG Gaming's in a position where they lose this drought, they'll lose the game.
Wow. And the game feels now in Secret's hands quite nicely.
I feel like fans of Secret and fans of VG are probably working this and that. I mean, that's how their heart rate is right now. It's all over the place. Who's winning this game?
That last one was massive. They just literally swung at 15,000 gold, more than 15,000 experience. It's everything just everyone's like 5 now on the team too. After getting a beautiful echo down bottom, it was everything just coming together. Wow.
And I mean, the Yang taking the dual damage talent. Like the other one is infinitely better. Like, he is only taking that talent because he's like, well, we won.
I mean, I really, especially like with his game.
He press the attack.
It's also because he has a Titan with a BKB with the attack speed talent too. He has heroes that are getting on top of. I 100% thought he would take that one.
Why is he taking the dual damage? He doesn't. They don't need more right click.
They're having a good time.
I mean, he's having a good time. I mean, I don't know if he is. It depends. It's game 1 of the best of 3. I'm sure they're all having a good time.
Maybe also at the same time, he's like, oh, you know, after we get this rack, sometimes we get some like 3 wins, and then we just have this huge advantage. But
top out. Sure. Matu, how much does he want to commit here? Not too much.
What's respected? No mana really on him there. But no, Zaya has a heart on top too.
Yeah.
Heart Shivas. Now like you said, he's taking. He probably won't die.
The Ghost Scepter. Matu's actually turning on a DY with a good kill. The fish is out. They got the duel. Yeah. He's going to look for the left hand. They have the down skill on the time. It's just playing as well. So trying to take him home. How do you touch that hit? But no. Well, he tables it. Cancel it because he knows they can turn. He thinks they can at least. They're going to try and find this back Secret. They want to stick around. Yapto, he's got the echo down on Eurus. Eurus is able to slide over the ground, but then Yapto sliding in, locking him behind Yapto, make sure they get the kill. He cannot TP out. And now Eurus and Yang are dead without buyback. Secret, they brought Matu. Okay. But that's because they know that they could probably end the game.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, in a quick series of events, all these changes in these fights. They're forcing the issue so hard again there on Vici, just running into the high ground, trying to make some big fight happen.
I mean, with these 2 cores dead, ORP.
I mean, that's 100%. But now,
you know, in a game like this, I don't want to say it's game over because you never know because of what we've seen so far in this 50 minutes of action. But this is probably game over.
This is a great game. Just all over the place.
Definitely VG Gaming going to be kicking themselves a little bit, I think, after this one.
Yeah, they looked like they had firm control of this game in a lot of situations, and them just taking these over-aggressive fights really just set them back super hard. They just hit the river. And that's them overextending in the river when they had 3v5, right? That was the one then first step. Then it was an overextension. There was like four overextensions, I felt like, from VG that just really gave Secret a big jump forward back in this one.
Obviously, had some Secret. They played it solid, and they made sure that, you know, VG Gaming.
TNC Predators turn to ban. Dire team ban.
Dealer now for the side of TNC.
What about the Ursa's? Ursa feels kind of bad into both Swap and the Fear now from the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, I'm pretty out on the Ursa. That's like, I don't know what looks good.
10
Bloodseeker's not bad. They're gonna be 5-manning. You can D-push pretty well.
5 seconds remaining.
Not really a hero you see them pick up that much though. Could they? No, I don't think they really want to go like PL or something. They could try that. I kind of feel like that's what they are gonna try. Is to just outlast this. but I think I would like the Ember or the Bloodseeker. Yeah,
PL makes me nervous because I think you've already got that kind of late game win condition set up with the OD a little bit. As long as you pick a one that can scale, as long as you don't grab Axe or something really strange to try to counter the tempo.
All right. Well, I think we should just assume they're going to pick Ember at this point, looking at the drafts. They'll give safe lane Ember to Miracle because then it's pretty good with the Lich, right? You can actually put some pressure even onto Underlord and Rubik. You might even get a little bit of help from the Tiny too for some kill combos.
TNC.
They're gonna
ban Void.
Yeah. And they're gonna pick Ember.
In game one. Snipe it, but.
Yeah. Well, it's easy when they pick the same heroes over and over.
Well, I feel like many event the meme joke has been, well, if they've got 9th pick and there's a mid that you just don't know what to go for, just grab Ember. He's a little bit of everything. He's pretty well rounded. He's mobile. He's damage.
10 seconds.
He can lane. He can scale. He can fight in the mid game.
Yeah.
A lot of different item builds.
5 seconds remaining.
Now he can do it in both safe lane and mid. What a treat.
There you go. Even better. So TNC, this is going to be the big decider. Where does this Vengeful Spirit go?
It should be 5. I don't think you really want to go too crazy. Is there Magnus still in?
I believe so.
Safe lane Mag would have been kind of hype. Oh, the
Choose your
Puck.
hero.
Are we safe lane? Yeah, safe lane Shadow Fiend.
Very cool. So it's the March Vengeful Spirit. Armel takes the Puck mid on that Underlord, and as you mentioned, Gabby on the Shadow Fiend. Wow.
I gotta shout out my boy Scant because I saw him tweeting this morning. Scant, humongous fan of TNC. He's known the TNC guys for like forever, like 3 or 4 or 5 years or something at this point, which is pretty much forever in Dota. And back in the day, TNC was they used to innovate all kinds of stuff. Like they came up with like the Jug mid strat. They came up with they basically started a lot of those melee mids with like Poor Man's Shield. That was like a big TNC innovation back in the day. And another thing that they've been innovating lately was this like DK safe lane, right? At least for me, they were the first team I saw trying that. I think maybe Alliance might have tried it too. I can't remember who else it was, but this looks very similar, right? They're basically just taking this like mid hero who needs a lot of levels and tries to scale and like push the tempo, and they're like, well, maybe we can just move it. Maybe we'll just put it in the side lane. Why not? Still trying to abuse all of its mechanics.
Yeah. I think I like this TNC draft just a little more. Now, I was talking about Underlord as combo in the context of what Venge can do with Puck, and then they pick up Puck. Like, this team just has so much gotcha here.
Yep.
It's so sticky. You know, coils and stuns and swaps and pits and telekinesises, and then if you get stuck in any of those, there's going to be a Shadow Fiend there to pop up with big-time burst damage on the Shadow Raises. Like, I think the pick-off potential for this team is going to be very hard for Nigma to deal with, even with the Abaddon. I know Abaddon is a great hero to have against that stuff because he has that, but I don't know if he's going to be enough. I'm a little skeptical.
Well, the last time they attempted the safe lane SF, it was versus Team Secret, so, you know, take this with its own, you know, you have to compare who you're playing, but it didn't end too well. They lost in under 30 minutes to a TA Morphling draft, and Gabby did not have the best time. So we'll see if this one works out a little bit better for them. What's his lane matchup going to be? They are currently bringing the aggression down bottom of their tri lane. They say, you know what? Shadow Fiend's really bad level 1 in the mid lane. He'll be even worse in a dual or tri lane.
Yeah.
There's no way you're going to let him go like solo 1v1.
Retract your last move.
See how TNC reacts. They're starting with the same thought in mind. Probably looking for a pick-off before they leave KP on his own.
Yeah, and the big key right now is to just not get scouted. You don't want them to find out where your Shadow Fiend is. That's why you see Gabby standing like that. He's not going for either bounty rune. Just hiding away in his little tree line.
He chilling.
Started to poke out there, and March yelled at him. He's like, get back in. Do not show. I don't care if you're feeling antsy.
I do like this kind of a lane start for TNC, though. Very reminiscent of what we saw last game. They often do this where they want KP just to get his footing, and then they'll leave him alone to play around with the lane. and create that chaos. I think Underlord is very much like Timbersaw in that regard. Level 1 is your roughest spot by far. You feel like you don't really do anything until you get level 2, level 3, then you can start to take over the lane. So very important to make sure he doesn't just get completely zoned out, bullied, and stuck at level 1.
You see really GH? Just came mid lane, walked in here, and I got hit by the tower. Instantly pinged, so he knows that ward is there. Nice little bonus to his mid laner. You're welcome.
Begins.
Wish to retract your last
Now, does he have the sentry already, though? He does not. Someone send this boy a sentry.
Even bounties again.
So Gabby just got spotted by the ward. So they know that he's now rotating all the way around. And they're doing the body block plays here, too.
Yep. And TP coming in. It will be the Rubik.
Man, laning's so weird now.
Good patience from the Shadow Fiend, though, not to just burn that TP. The conventional logic is first TP loses that rotation battle.
Look what Kuro did, though. He instantly TP'd top and just started running around here trying to figure out who's still up here.
It's a battle for intel.
And now he saw March hiding there. He's going to body block him in, make him burn a tango. Would have to spend anyway, not a big deal. Gabby still hasn't skilled anything.
They'll throw a little bit of damage into Kuro. Not that the Shadow Fiend is too intimidating at this level 1. But things will settle down a little bit.
The courier. Oh, the Weehaw messed up there with his micro. Just left his courier standing there in the mid lane.
Oh, no.
I'm going to blame the fact that it looks exactly like a dire creep because I thought it was one for a second. So, poor courier choice, or maybe very smart courier choice, but either way, did not work out for him.
Cuts both ways, it seems.
Radiant's middle tower.
A little bit of a struggle for Gabby, as always with Shadow Fiend. Level 1's tough. He did go Shadow Raise, so no Necromastery yet.
Yeah, you need a really secure lane to try and take that level 1.
Yeah.
The mid lane not going too poorly for Weehaw. Even though he lost his courier, this is it should start moving towards the favor of the puck. This is one of those matchups that people used to try and counterpick the OD with for quite a while last year. And then Weehaw just securing the range group there with the Astral. Gets a couple bonus. Oh, he got 3 there too, as Armel misses the deny. Very nice.
Yeah,
he will finally cash it.
Oh, Shadow Fiend up top, sorry. Gonna get chased down. That's his first blood for mind control. March probably gonna fall as well. Kuro gonna take credit for that one. 2 kills up top for Nigma as they strike first.
What were you gonna say? What is it about the matchup?
So what is it about the matchup that allows Puck to kind of dominate OD? Does just have enough damage and...
You basically, you can just focus all your damage. You kind of like control the fight as the Puck, right? Because like, in order for OD to deal damage to you, he has to either astral you or he has to orb you. And with the orb, you obviously have the phase shift to deal with that in those key situations. And then by comparison, the Puck has the Waning Rift, which has kind of similar range to the Astral, but obviously there's no counterplay. Like you get to silence them, do much damage, and keep right-clicking them. It's not like Astral where they just kind of like sit in there before eventually taking some damage. Plus, then on top of the silence, you have the Illusory Orb, which obviously is much longer range. So
I see, and down bottom, that was a nice setup on the KP. I don't know if you caught that, but GH tossed him into the tower. And that's what made the whole thing possible. Another kill.
Still watching this this mid lane. It's pretty interesting. Things that OD has an advantage though is that the OD does have the 7 armor, which is nice. Has a little bit more movement speed there as well, but yeah, it's starting to get a bit worse there. As Weehaw went for the Astral into the creep, so Armel took full advantage. Armel should be able to get that haste rune as well, so Weehaw gonna have to be careful.
Yeah, Puck also in this cast of heroes that just trades well. He has a lot of damage. So does OD, but Puck can kind of keep up with him. He's only behind by a couple, so they can square up.
Puck usually gets to decide when the trading ends too, right? That's what they're saying.
Mind control. Well, it's getting pretty low, but now they turn on to March, and the turnaround is just too much between the Aquatic Shield and the Frost Shield. Mind control is pretty beefy. Gabby now surrounded. Mind control trying to bait him a little bit and gets caught by the raise. That's a kill for Gabby. Courier coming in. Gabby falls. Will the Courier die? Kuro, he's trying to chase it, but he's just too slow. 2 movement speed disadvantage.
That's
not
rough.
gonna be able to close the gap.
Yeah, not going to catch up there.
That's tough.
Needed the agi tread toggle there for the 2 movement speed, you know?
Right.
Looking for a toss back here, but just on the creeps. No additional damage going to be coming out there. Doesn't throw him over to Miracle.
So far, this Baden lane seems to be working out quite well for Nigma. The chase down onto Gabby. He just came back to lane. We forced a salve already. There's a Sinister Gaze onto March, and they've got plenty of damage. Mind controls, right clicks, more than enough.
All I'll say, though, is that Gabby's still getting a lot of farm. I still don't think this is the matchup they want. Like, I think they want someone who can just pressure and actually, like, kill the Shadow Fiend. Because, like, he's still getting souls, he's getting denies.
Yeah, he's right up there with the mid laners.
Yeah, like, he's fine. This is where one of those games where you're playing that bench and you legitimately do not care if you die. If you die and it means your Shadow Fiend gets to farm 2 entire creep waves, which is what just happened because of the way they had to push to kill March, that was a victory for TNC. Which is like one of those really annoying parts of Dota because it's counterintuitive to like killing a guy being a bad thing, but I think that is a situation where you actually just made the game worse by killing March, which feels really stupid, but sometimes that's Dota.
Yeah. That's Dota. Almost found a kill on the Ember Spirit down bottom. And to echo your point, the Shadow Fiend is still ahead of him in terms of CS and net worth. Has not been an easy lane in the bottom for Nigma.
To be fair, I mean, March is also like less net worth than he started with, so, you know, it's also that.
It's Avenge, though. I'm not, of all the sacrificial heroes, I'm not particularly worried about it, though. We'll see
that was nice.
Again. Initiation onto Gabby. Will they turn onto March? They're actually going to be able to finish off the Shadow Fiend this time. It looks like stick charge is not enough, and now they focus on Avenge. The Spirit does have another stun, looking for the kill on Mind Control, but can't find it either. Another tough break.
Has been killed.
8-1 now. Kills stacking up for Nigma.
Yeah, not respecting the slow there, I guess, from the Abba to put him in range of the Gaze, because the Gaze is just what absolutely wrecked Gabby there. Pulling him back in for that finishing out of the Curse of Avernus. Really stacking up that damage. So big kill there for the side of Nigma. Unfortunately, he is going to get another full wave here. Get his souls back, so they'll still have some standing presence in the lane as Kuro comes up to place down an Observer Ward again, continuing that pressure onto them, but March did spot him placing it down. So that'll get dewarded soon. And double stack there from March, setting up again for Gabby.
Always huge for
down bottom.
Fiend. Oh, yeah, they grab KP. That's it.
GH with the
combo.
big dives, but Armel makes the rotation to try and get something here. It's a level 5 Ember. It's tempting. He's going for it.
Pops the coil. Trying not to break the leash, but he does, and that ends up being an easy one for Armel. Plenty of damage. All right,
yeah,
good
the
rotation
was,
in the end.
Rubik was coming in with actually no mana. I guess Puck could have just bottled him if they really needed it, though, so it's fine. And speaking of which, he actually has the gold for the Arcanes now on Tim's. Pretty rich Rubik to start.
Yeah. His mid lane is stacking up, though. Armel really pulling ahead. 44-14 compared to the 34-7 on Weehaw, plus that rotation kill. Pretty big net worth gap at 8 minutes.
And I think a lot of those last hits for Weehaw are also neutrals, because he's well behind in net worth.
Generation.
At least he can play up front now, because he doesn't have to worry about the Dream Coil. So I'll try to put his own pressure there. Man, that is a nice couple of items. Gets the broom handle into the Ironwood tree.
The tree is solid, right? That's one of the ones that's considered super value.
Yeah, 7 stats, man.
That's pretty good.
Playing a tree never hurts either. You know, you can make some cheeky plays.
Yeah, it's cute.
I want to see it with tiny eggs. You know, clearly that's a play, right? Slowly amassing your tree army. Hide in the Roche pit. Make a big forest.
You seem to be right, though, about the general state of this laning phase. 9-2. You kind of feel like Nigma should be ahead, but they're really not. Shadow Fiend and Puck still getting great farm. Engagement onto Mind Control. That's a borrowed time. Tim's also making the rotation. It's a level 5 Lich, so they can clump up all they want. Right clicking down. Sinister Gaze. Well, now it gets a counter kill into March. GH making the rotation as well, a 1-for-1.
Oh, they got Coil. Nice toss back from GH.
Armel drops it. GH definitely going to be done for.
Oh no, Mike, why'd you come back in? All right, so they actually
TP coming. They'll probably just let this one go.
Under attack.
Curl back in the fray, not even close to level 6.
Armel definitely wants to dive this. He wants to get shielded by Tibbs. They want to dive this guy because he's got no ulti.
That Lich just evaporated. Nice raise combo as they commit onto mind control. Silenced under the tower. No ulti to save him. And it is TNC that strike right back. Big combos in the top lane, and they will reclaim that net worth favor.
Man, TNC are just on point. Really liking this group up style that's taken hold in the patch, and they're going to get that top outpost, and if KP hurries with this, but that's why they're glyphing. They're glyphing that bottom wave so that Miracle has space to get that outpost. As March does fall again in the river.
Distracts him in the mid.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
The outposts do go 1-for-1, so that XP stays even.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Now the chase down onto Gabby. MC keeps up the pressure, but Armel's here again. Has the coil, but with the ulti, does not want to waste it. Has some vision down here still. They tried to sentry it. Oh, actually, they did get it now. All right. So
TNC
that'll get taken out.
Grabbed that tower, of course. In number 1. So Weehaw looking at Aghanim's first item.
Oh, more stacks too. You see this? You see that? March just waved up here. Gabby stacked this camp. And, well, Tim's tried to join in with the stack over here on the slab, and he messed it up. But we'll just pretend that Tim wasn't there. They almost had a full triple stack in this nice triangle for their SF.
Under attack.
Do you think Valve were like, let's make it a real triangle now? It's beautiful. It's a little isosceles, I think, if I drew straighter lines. Not quite an equilateral.
Can't all be perfect.
No.
Regen coming out for the Underlord.
What is it when it's 3 like different angles?
Isosceles?
No, that's 2 of the same.
Scalene.
Scalene! That's it. Man, nice one. Look at you. Someone paid attention in geometry.
Yeah, I pulled that one out of the vault.
Yeah, that's... Man, thank God that's taking up valuable brain space in your head.
Talk about useless information.
Can't remember a phone number you need, but you'll never forget what a scalene triangle is. Man,
Dire's
geometry really
tower is under
took a lot of
attack.
time. Those rhombuses, those trapezoids, what were they good for?
Angles. Speaking of angles, down bottom,
Got the
Nigma
angle.
KP, and they found it. A chain cross going to follow him up in the air as it bounces around and secures the kill. KP takes a tumble, but now the swap, looking for a setup.
Oh,
March
he's
gets
spicy.
Vision.
He's fast. He's zooming. All right, and he goes for Kuro.
Coil does connect only on the Lich. Big damage on the Tiny. Frost Shield might be enough. Sinister Gate. Armel gets comboed down. No, he does. Taking the kill on GH, though. Just stolen a spotted shield, keeping Armel alive. Miracle. Burn him down. Can't quite get it. The hop. The jaunt. It's there. Armel lives. They kill Curl on the back line. Now OD's here. The bandit should finish him off, but not enough to save Miracle. Mind control. Might have to use that borrowed time. Stun on the OD.
Oh, that was sick.
Hits the ult. They're disabled. They get Weehaw, and it's a disaster for Nigma. That puck was just way too sticky. I actually thought they comboed him down at first, but he got off the phase shift, and that reset the entire fight.
That swap into Requiem for the Fear was sick. That was so cool. Very nice play from March and Gabby. I love the way that Miracle, like, even though he died, the way that he threw out that Remnant, but he knew that Armel was going to phase shift the Remnant damage, so he waited for he jumped to the Remnant, but even getting every last bit of damage, still not enough there, as Puck just so elusive and able to dance on the tree lines ever since they buffed up that jump on Waning Rift, giving it that mobility aspect. Now, another long jump from Miracle here. He wants revenge.
Wow, they're going to go deep. They're going to grab March, but Gabby and Tims are here. Potentially scary for Nigma. But it looks like it will just be a quick pick on the Venge. And TNC going to respect their lack of cooldowns.
Yeah, they are pretty short, though. I mean, the coil already back up. The Requiem under a minute away, too, and that's only going to get lower. The levels keep coming.
I guess the bigger issue is that Puck's TP was on cooldown, so couldn't really get into that little skirmish.
Yeah, I think Coil was coming up like just as it was ending too. Like they knew that they were pretty safe from the Puck. Oh, stolen remnants here from Tim's. Man.
KP's been pretty quiet, just pushing out this top lane the whole time. And he all of a sudden has a Hood of
Dire's
Defiance
middle
now.
tower is under attack.
And chipping away at that tower.
Yeah, he's kind of adopted this playstyle. A guy who used to be known as very aggressive and making these like big
Dire's
blind
top
jumps
tower
and
is under
stuns.
attack.
Ever since he started playing like that Veno style, he's kind of moved that onto a lot of his other heroes because of how successful it's been.
Radiant's
Just
top
keeping
tower
one of the
is
lanes
under
pushed
attack.
constantly.
Oh, they found him. That's a Dark Rift. On that. All right. Should be able to live here.
Did he go mid? No, he went home. Damn. That was the panic ult. Didn't get. If he went mid, that would have been way better. But he just TP'd. Oh no.
Boyle mid. They toss March in. GH is here. It's a big reaction at Enigma. They will get the kill on the March. And that's it. TNC just back right up. Go, okay. Didn't think their whole team would show up, but they want to make sure Weehaw stays alive and now counter push the other way.
Miracle wants to go in here. Enigma are very close to their timing. That rushed Aghanim's that we see all the time on OD now, especially from Weehaw. It's coming through. And remember, Weehaw, I believe, combining with the qualifiers and the LAN event, OD went completely undefeated at the minor. That counts all region qualifiers and the LAN. He went 12-0. What? Yeah. I was looking up the other day before I was watching this. And so Weehaw himself, I think, was 6-0, I want to say. So we'll see if he can keep the streak going.
Yeah, I mean, he does tend to be that hero that you only pick him in scenarios when you have like 10th pick and it's a good OD game. So you know, it's not a hero you just force in and you can get counter picked by. So I guess in some ways that stat makes sense, but I'm trying to think of any time at any minor I've heard of a hero doing a 12-0 run like that.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Up top, borrowed time. Control's good.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Tim's
attack.
just kind of lurking there. Man, that bonus damage on the Aphotic Shield, just like for someone like a Puck, just adding additional like 200 damage onto your initiation is pretty nice.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, yeah. Puck is just so insane. Can any other hero do as much damage with the amount of mobility that Puck has? I guess maybe Ember Spirit is up there.
Yeah, pretty much only Ember, but that's with a lot more items. But well, now that Puck has all these like physical damage capabilities, maybe not. Oh, but there it is, the Aghanim Scepter fully delivered now onto Weehaw. Very scary. This is where this OD is quite dangerous, and with an Essence Ring too. That's a nice item for an OD to have. Oh, how about another Shawl? Oh, okay. Well, that's sick. His ulti just got 8% better.
Wow,
that's a big item.
Lucky find right there.
You know, I learned something recently about Essence Ring that I didn't realize. It's not like Soul, because you actually heal for 425 and you gain 425 max health. So Soul Ring, you gain max mana, right? So like, you don't, you're not actually like gaining anything in that sense. It doesn't like restore mana and then give you max mana on top of that. But you can be missing health, use the Essence Ring, and then when your max health goes away, you'll still be fully healed, not just percentage healed, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty nice.
So it's better than Soul Ring by a lot. Borrowed time. Again, Mind Control gets the reset. Looking to wait things out, but reinforcements are here. Just Kuroki for now, but their whole team is on the way. Another swap is going to bring down Mind Control. Chain Frost jumps into the neutrals. However, still enough bounces onto March that sets it up for the kill. GH will get credit for that, 1-for-1.
I think Enigma have stabilized very well here. I think TNC probably could have snowballed a little bit harder here with how this like Puck and Shadow Fiend popped off. I think they were aiming to be like controlling the area around Roach by now and being close to just taking it down. But instead they've kind of stalled out here. They've let some big items come out. The Blink Dagger on the Tiny is there, ready to fight. They have this Aghanim Scepter on Weehaw here too. Plus, Miracle is closing in on the Maelstrom. They will grab another kill onto Kuro, but much like those kills earlier onto March, they don't matter that much.
Now this is going to go down for it, so certainly not worth that trade.
Yeah, they got problems now. I think Nigma in a very good spot. They need that next big item for Gabby, the BKB, to be absolutely huge.
Nice neutrals in his inventory. I think he can take a pretty good fight soon. Tier 1 mid, he's high range now. Mind control, stays committed to the cause, though does get denied by KP. Borrowed time into telekinesis, Pit of Malice, mind control, going to be in some trouble here.
Oh, that stolen Chain Frost. God, these Astrals are so annoying.
KP still in the front lines, down low and evaporated. That's the hammer from Lee, and now the real fight begins. They jump in onto March. Nigma get 2. TNC back up. They need a reset. 19 to 12, 20 minutes. Nigma have absolutely regained control.
Remember that lack of mistakes we discussed with TNT in the last game? I think they've just made some pretty big ones now. Like, forcing that fight when you know the tower's going to be gone anyway, initiating onto an ABBA all while your puck is dead is just not good plays. That reeks of, like, you feel the game slipping away, and so you're trying to create a turnaround situation in what kind of feels like a low-risk thing. Like, oh, we'll just poke and maybe we'll catch him and draw him back, but you're not respecting the fact that Ember can force you into this fight, and OD can force you into an engagement by astraling you.
No way. Miracle lives in the mid lane. They didn't commit that much, but still, that would have been a free kill on the Ember.
Yeah, with a coil, you feel like you're going to get it, but now they feel pressured to go into the Roche pit, and with the auras, they should be able to do this pretty quickly. Miracle obviously has to go all the way home, and they know that, and they're trying to take advantage of that.
They kill it pretty quick, but not that fast. Ember can definitely still get back into this fight.
Yeah,
this is not going down fast enough. Oh, GH is going in, dude.
GH, is he going to go for it?
Big wave.
1,500 HP. They know. TNC jump out of the pit. There's no coil for another 20 seconds. This is risky, but they make it happen. A great intimidation play from Armel as Gabby finishes it off. The hands of that Shadow Fiend. Nigma dancing around, considering an engagement, but they will just back off. Certainly not going to charge up to that high ground.
That was a great wave of terror by March to cancel the potential blink in there from GH.
Smart play from TNC overall, though. They take some risk, and it pays off. They are a tough team to fight in the Roche pit. I mean, OD and Lich are pretty good in those areas, but Pit of Malice, the Shadow Fiend in general, they love those tight-knit corridors here.
Yeah, and right now Weehaw still likes playing a little bit back in the fights until he's the BKB, so going down into the river like that is going to be dangerous versus all that AoE until he's the magic immunity. Trying to hold this arcane room, but they saw Armel wouldn't get there in time.
The Ag's first build totally feels worth it on Outworld Devourer, but it changes the playstyle a little bit. You don't have that mobility. You know, you can't. You're using Astral slightly more to set up and save your allies.
That was a good smoke.
Save yourself.
Damn the gaze.
They shift.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Puck's good. Now maybe
Radiant's
March.
middle tower is under attack.
Got some friends nearby. Swap onto mind control.
Not the hero.
Ab is the target they really want to go on. The banish onto March, still on the run. The stolen Aphotic Shield, help keeping him alive. Chain Frost only takes one bounce. They don't get the toss in time. No, it's still going. Okay, it's good damage from the Lich, but now coil on 3 from Armel. They need some follow-up damage. They've lost March. Now the ulti from Shadow Fiend breaking up the fight. Mind control still has the borrowed time. And there it is. That's his reset. It's only a dead March. TNC do a lot of damage, but they can't actually find the kill.
They tried to do like the coil snap using the fear, but just did not quite work out there. And that Chain Frost was brutal. It went back up the high ground, and Gabby didn't want to like try and pop his Manta. I think maybe that was the play. Could have perhaps saved March, but
I can't believe they got it. I thought that toss came out too late and it broke the bounce, but it was there. Most damage in the fight for Dire came from the Lich.
Yeah, TNC just like getting caught in these terrible environments for their team to fight, and every single time it's MC with the great positioning there on the ABBA to just shut down any good-looking spell casting from the side of TNC. It's just everything's ugly and awkward because MC's just in the way.
And Armel, great positioning from GH, and it predicts where the puck might go. Gets off another phase shift. Blink is there just in time.
The proc.
Still not enough. Miracle gets him.
Yeah, I think if he didn't get the Maelstrom proc, he lives.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Still a nice pick for Nigma. GH. It seems like mind control is actually getting into their heads a little bit. And all these fights, you know you don't want to initiate on the Abaddon. But TNC, it looks like they feel like they have to in some of these scenarios. Because you can't just ignore him and let him stack up that Curse of Avernus on his target of choice.
Oh, mid lane.
They're going to find Gabby. And no way to save him. That's the Aegis down. TP reactions, though. We have TP, a couple of seconds left. Here, Gabby about to go down again. Can't get off the ulti. Now March getting chased down by Miracle. Remnant comes down. How far do they want to dive? Another Astral should set up onto this.
One more is still there. He wants some more in.
Wow, even a Chain Frost. Okay, that definitely secures it.
This Agnes is insane.
A prize.
It's funny how OD's Aghanims have gone from busted to useless to busted. He's had such a roller coaster of Aghanims.
Dude, I loved the useless one where it would Astral everyone you ulti. That one was just, that was one of the peak useless Ags.
Yeah, it used to, and then they changed the way they kind of retooled him without retooling the Ags. So it was actually, I think we.
Oh, then it was totally worthless, yeah.
One game where that came into play, where an OD was like defending a throne in a base.
No, they were they were attacking a throne against a team that was stronger than them, and he just astraled them all.
Yeah,
and then
so
he
they just
refreshed
straight up
and astraled them all.
focused the throne when they were all banished. It was kind of badass.
Yeah, that
One
was-
use case.
Under attack.
One game ever. No, it won't be this game because that's long gone. And they smoking again here? It looks like it, and they are. So basically just doing the exact same play under the exact same wards. Miracle is seen right now by the side of TNC, so they only really get caught here if they try and go for a grab onto Miracle.
Under attack.
Where's the BKB? Still not there for the Shadow Fiend. 500 gold off.
Well, he keeps dying, Zyori. How's he going to get a BKB?
I know.
He's 4,
I
4,
was
and
just
4.
about to credit Nigma with the timing of this aggression, trying to cripple this Shadow Fiend before he gets the key item.
Dire's top tower
Armel
is under attack.
has moved on to greener pastures. He's now a lane pusher. He said, all right, I see where this game's going.
Well, at least it's something. He does have that Maelstrom Aghanims queued up. Still pretty far away, but that would be a big item for TNC. He's already done a lot of work with this Dream Coil. They've got some pretty cool tools to try to break the tethers, and those can be game changers in fights. It's a shitload of damage, bud. 700.
Well, the big thing is they have this, like, all these wombo combos. They're trying to do the fear out of the tether. They're trying to do the swap out of the tether. They get telekinesis out of the tether. So this is like the big brain wrote it up on my my internet message board to talk about how I'm going to be so good at Dota, you know? Guys, I've thought of something the pros have never seen. What if I just get all mobility to snap people out of a coil?
Very manageable lead for Nigma right now. TNC behind. Look at that gold graph, and it is swung,
Dire are
but
scanned.
still within one team fight for either team.
Dire's bottom tower
Dire
is
scan.
under attack.
A little bit intel. Gabby invisible. Might get initiated on here. That is a Radiant Sentry Ward. Dire don't have vision right now. Coil on 2. They pop Kuro to start the fight. There's the BKB on Gabby. Defensive action. Sets it up. Abaddon takes a lot of damage. As does the timing. To hit a Malice. They just can't get out of it. Defensive Astral again gets a reset. Weehaw with the BKB. He wants to go in to drop the hammer. They do find one in Tim's. Make it 2 now as March goes down, but Weehaw only killing supports. Still able to break this fight up enough that TNC have to retreat. Dark Rift gets used. And TNC just head back to the high ground. Buyback from
Radiant's top
Kuro.
tower is under
So it was a
attack.
1 for 2.
The potential rogue spawn is coming up soon too here. So Nigma trying to keep control of that part of the map. Zarmel continues his quest to push lanes. Oh, did he just find a mango tree? He did. There's no way to break it. Sad life.
Is under attack.
Repair kit. So what's the consensus on repair kit? I heard Kyle talking mad smack on the repair kit at the miner, I guess.
It's like...
I thought it was one of the better items, but I guess because it's charged based, that's really what makes it feel kind of meh as opposed to the alternatives for the tier 3 neutrals.
I would say it's not that great, but it's like there are definitely situations where they have a very specifically timed push. I think it's pretty good when, like, for example, the enemy has Aegis and they're trying to come high ground. Like, if you put that thing on a tower, no one really wants to try and fight into that.
Okay.
But it still can't really save you if you're that far behind, because they'll just kill you all and then just all hit the towers. You know, it has to be in like really tight games, I think.
Up top, a battle over the outpost.
They will get it in time. Nice.
Nice attempt from GH. He got that interrupt.
Radiant's
Yeah, if there were only 2
bottom
heroes,
tower
they
is
might have
under
been a
attack.
little bit short.
That Aghanim's is coming on Armel. Another 1,000 gold, and he's got it. I think that's probably what TNC are really waiting for, and there you go. The Halberd also comes out on Underlord. Great tool against the OD.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Unfortunately, with the Aghanims, he's still kind of fine.
Well,
I just pressed W. At least this will slow down his Mindbreaker too. Man, if he silences Puck and then enforces the early Yules at Armel and he just gets Searing Chains, he's going to be a very sad Puck player.
wow, this item used to silence for 4 seconds.
Well, you know.
Even 2 still seems pretty good. Was this the item that you were saying the other day you feel like is still busted?
I don't remember.
I forget. There was one you were complaining about. I feel like it was mine. Alas,
Oh yeah, no, it was definitely Mindbreaker, yeah, because it was like the way it stacks up on certain heroes is just it's just too much.
OD gets an Orb of Destruction.
Not the best OD item, perhaps.
Or a Shadow Fiend.
Oh, sorry. Oh, that's a good Shadow Fiend item.
Yes. My bad. That one's on me. Scythe of Vice, though, very close for the OD, and that is much scarier. 4,100 gold in the bank right now.
So what do we got? The Radiant team got the Orb, the Titan Sliver, and the Repair Kit. Dire got the Repair Kit, the Spider Legs, and the Mindbreaker. I like Spider Legs quite a bit. I like them on OD. They have them on GH. That's also very good. Trying to find good angles for the tosses.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm in on the Spider Legs. And there's that Shiva's now on the Ember Spirit. Man, he's ended up finding a lot of farm this game. Number 1 on net worth overall.
Dire
Of course, has had that BKB for a while. Hasn't used the 10-second charge yet.
He's going for the Octarine as well, not the eggs. All right, now he's queued up Octarine and Mjolnir.
Double damage on Gabby. Half duration left, but could be a great time to find a fight. Armel jumps in.
Oh, nice swap.
BKB, but there's the combo. He should be dead. They have the damage, though. They don't. They can't kill him.
That's Shiva's.
Chain Frost now going to bounce around. Nigma reset this fight, and now KP makes the call. We're getting out. Dark Rift, gather around. It's a great save.
Yeah, but the other 2 got left behind.
Tim's TP, he makes it. Okay, they make it out. Now TNC did the reset. They go back the other way on the GH. Get him out. Dual Scepter. War of attrition right now. Don't have coil. The wraparound. Why are you fighting? Comes Weeha. BKB drops a hammer. Gets the kill on Gabby. Now brings down Mark. 2 on the sideline as Armel jumps in. Trying to clear up these plays. He can't quite get it. Tim gets tossed in, and now he's going to be in trouble. 3 down for TNC.
is under attack.
Is that a Rubik stolen Sandy's there?
I think so.
I have no idea why they tried to re-engage.
Radiant's middle tower.
That just seems terrible. Why would you re-engage when they still have Sandy's and you don't have coil for another like 20 seconds? Might as well have tried to fight the high ground.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Most of them have buybacks. Everyone except March. Parakeet on the ground. See if it comes into play. Get a Malice again.
Radiant's top
Tier
tower
3 up
is
top
falling.
goes down. Probably not going to commit for the barracks on this push, but now a 10k net worth favor. Enigma very much in control.
Yeah, TNC just really desperate to find anything there, and I think that's what led to that attempt to go back in, maybe hoping they'll catch them off guard, or they're just thinking that, you know, Miracle's BKB, for example, was down, so they were hoping that that would be enough for them to try and get a kill, but still way too many tools and options available for Enigma in that situation. And man,
The fact they didn't get Miracle right at the beginning, it probably wouldn't have mattered, assuming he had buyback. Oh, actually, he didn't have buyback, so yeah, that would have been huge, because then he couldn't have just like remnanted right back in the fight, and they would have had a true like 5-on-4. Could have secured Roche after that, but the Shiva's guard slowing down the damage he was taking while he was stunned up.
Looked like a great setup, but now starting to feel like TNC are a little all in on this crazy combo of the Dream Coil with the Shadow Fiend Fear. If they can get 2 or 3 tether snaps in a fight, they might have the damage. Bounty Rune gets picked up by KP. Mind Control still has the ultimate. Such a tough target to lock down. Does walk into the pit. Tether, toss. Oh, they can't get there in time. It's a cheeky little play, though. They might still get the setup on the GH. Another good Astral. Another duel. So many ways to counter-initiate on Astral, but yet it's still alive. Now the Hex comes out, and Shadow Fiend's in big trouble. Weehaw not able to finish him off thanks to the BKB on Gabby. But still, huge damage is now marginally left behind. BKB used by Miracle. Astral setup. TNC haven't abandoned yet. Still lingering nearby. 25 seconds on the coil. March gets pulled back into the Sinister Cage. Churro in pretty deep. Another Astral save. Churro drops it. Out comes the hammer as well. 3 down on the side of TNC, and it's all Nigma all day as they grab another. Armel down. They've all got buybacks. But brutal fight.
I don't know. It seems like TNC have this idea that they can take elongated fights that is just completely not true this game. Like, you're fighting into constant Aphotic Shields, constant Astrals. I don't see, like, once Coil's down and you didn't get a kill, I think you get the back.
I agree. That seems like the only time they can find these kills. Now, even the miscoils from the bat, they've got ways to sustain and top off. Those long, drawn-out games of chicken really seem to favor Enigma, especially now that the OD has Scythe and Mindbreaker. They can just jump in and explode on somebody.
Yeah, some great team play, though, from Enigma coming out there. Keeping GH alive, the constant Astrals, the shields, and then using his own spider legs to escape up the cliff. He got chased after by Armel, but still couldn't get the kill after that, so that wasted Armel's time. He wasn't able to help his team as they were kind of battling over the rest of Enigma down in the river. And now, with the Aegis secured, they look to force high ground as it sits on Weehaw. And Cheese is currently on MC, so if he wasn't hard enough to kill already, we got that. MC's ready to hit buildings, dude. He almost has AC now with his plus 90 damage talent at 20.
Yeah. Yeah, he feels like a proper core. He's a tank that also does damage. Starting to feel pretty grim for TNC. A 15 net worth, or 15k rather, net worth favor. And even more in XP, about 25k. Ember Spirit definitely going to be the first to level 25.
Powers me.
OD not too far.
I love how MC can play this as a talent now. He's such a big threat to the buildings.
Double damage rune. Enigma not going to force it though.
Yeah, you have a lot of gold on Weehaw. And you still have 3.5 minutes before you have to go if you want to use that Aegis. They had an Observer Ward up here that just scouted that Armel is playing in this area. So they're going to go for the pick off here. They have the Scythe. And, oh, that creep. Weehaw just a bit too early.
Armel will be good. Wonder what Wee buys next.
I don't mind Blink.
Tempting. Blink, yeah. Doesn't feel like he's had big positioning issues. I guess it does let you find the catch more frequently.
Yeah, I would just replace the Aegis with Blink, I think. Get rid of the Nether Shell. Like, I don't really think the damage is the issue. You just want that one key scythe to just... Because, like, if you scythe somebody, the only save they have is swap. And that's good and all, but, you know, they've been trying to swap these these coils and everything instead.
You're right. They've already got more than enough damage. Later this goes on, the more it just becomes about finding that catch, making it a 4v5.
Other than that, he can pretty much take his pick of any other big item.
This Nigma really don't have great sieging heroes. Ember and OD definitely don't come to mind when you talk about hitting structures.
Abba's pretty sick, though.
He is, yeah, but
are under
you
attack.
should back him up.
Well, look at this guy.
Yeah.
Does he?
Well, I thought so.
Radiant's top tower
Let's get to range barracks. Cute.
Are they out of creep waves now, though? I think they are.
Looks like it. Bottom's pushed out pretty far, and yeah, mid's gonna be behind the river.
Dire's bottom
Someone's
tower
courier got
is under
confused. Oh,
attack.
now it's coming.
Ember
Dire's
bottles up a
structures are
double
fortified.
damage. You know, that 25
Weehaw.
talent is scary. Oh,
This guy's crazy.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
his team is kind of nearby. They're starting to rally. There is no puck right now. Armel does not have a TP. This is a 4v5 for the next 15 seconds until he makes it back to the base. There's the glyph. Backdoor protection still hasn't kicked in. So much damage they can get in onto this melee barracks. Miracle still with about a third duration left on that double damage, and there's the back door. Creeps very close though, and it's already gone.
Oh, it's not the back door, my friend. It's the repair kit.
Oh, you're right.
Bam, bam,
It was the repair kit.
It did pretty well. They're getting another one on there. Repair.
Need more though. They lose the barracks up top. A fight budding as Armel dies. No buyback available. Enigma one step closer to finding a victory in game 2, taking us to a decider for this best of 3.
Radiant's middle tower
Finish the
has
Lincolns
fallen.
instead, I guess.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, I don't know. That's bold.
Are fortified.
I mean, this is rough. They're kind of just watching their structures fall. Puck is 1,400 gold short for the buyback. It's not a cooldown issue.
Rubik has the Agnes, though, and he's still Astral, which is really nice. So Tim says all of his Astral charges.
Too bad you can't astral your buildings.
Got it. All right. The Agnes is gone. They're fighting.
Weehaw with a BKB. He'll live through the damage. March goes down. Buyback there, but the structures will not survive. Still 45 seconds on the puck.
They're just chilling. I said Agnus, I meant the Aegis.
They tried to capitalize on it, but he got the BKB off on Weehaw, so they tried to time the Aegis with the swap Requiem. Oh, man. Tim's gone.
He's still available as well. Tim gets the lead in. March gonna die back. They just can't find any kills. TNC are reasonably survivable, but they just don't have the damage anymore. And look at this, Enigma not even gonna back up. They know that the bench can't buy back at this point. If Puck had a buyback, he would have used it, so they're just gonna focus on this tier 3. Mind Control says, guys, I've got borrowed time, I've got cheese. We don't need to back up. I've got a full reset here. Again, back on. One by one, TNC falling apart. Busting at the seams, and now Armel's back. But it's a 5v3. Even if he gets the coil of his life,
Bottom tower has fallen.
I don't think they've got it here, Trent.
No, pretty similar feeling game.
I would say the last game was a little bit more explosive for TNC, where they got like that one big diva in the mid that just like put them way ahead. I guess maybe I shouldn't say it's completely over, but
Down pretty low. Gabby makes it back.
okay, yeah, it's over.
See ya, Armel. And that's the GG call. 39-14. Nigma take game number 2. And we're moving to a game 3 decider for this opening series.
Fairly one-sided games here. This one maybe a little bit closer, or at least it lasted longer until it felt like it was completely out of reach for the side of TNC, but I think Nigma just perfectly identified what their lineup is way better at than TNC.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
When he's able to get right on top of you guys. And he is able to, quite easily. So it's giving Eurus a very lovely time.
This Gyro just huge in comparison to anything else in the game right now. Eurus.
And he's gonna keep the things too. He's gonna keep that farm pace just so fast. He's gonna be able to farm just faster and faster than the heroes on the side of Secret too. So it's gonna get to be a bigger gap unless Vici loses team fight somehow, which I'm still really concerned for Secret's damage after that post laning phase. And now there's a mech on the IO on top. If he finds an Essence Ring in the next at the 25-minute mark, it's just GG.
I mean, it just feels like Secret's best damage really comes from the bear on the front lines, but we've seen with the disable.
Oh, just kidding.
They can kill the bear. Like Matu's bear is not a threat right now.
Yeah, they absolutely can. The bear is quite weak. And like I said, they have ways to get on top of him. And yeah, whoops. I forgot Essence Ring got moved from tier 3. It's tier 2. I keep forgetting that one. But he did get a Philosopher's Stone on IO, which is really, really nice. Nisha?
Not afraid to fight this lot.
And we see the next pickup, as we've seen a lot of times with these Night Stalkers, is you want to get into the backlines, you want to get on top of these elusive heroes, the Blink Dagger. Of course, be the best option. And that then anything just becomes so much more difficult because they're right on top of your face immediately when the fight starts with that crippling. I mean, they're trying their best. You see, they're putting, all 3 cores in a different lane at the moment. So Matoma shows bottom, Zai shows top, Nisha shows mid. Vici should read that this is just Secret trying their best to just farm the game out, trying to get themselves caught up in some way. And they're kind of responding in tandem. You know, they're doing the same exact movement.
And is there any rush for Vici this game?
In comparison to the last one, I wouldn't say so, but like the way that it ended, gets me very confused. This one though, I feel like Gyro just is going to build the farm so fast. Sure, this large scales really well, but they're versus counters. And this Gyro's damn huge. And it's not just him either. He's got backup. He's got the Kunkka. He's got that Night Stalker too.
Yeah, BKB done for Ori, so I mean, now he just doesn't die. You know, these cores, especially with the rum out on them, there's no way that Secret can kill a Kunkka through BKB and the
Bottom tower is under attack.
TY smoked with Ori. Looks like they're trying to get some wards up so that they can actually make that jump play. And they did see Heroes bottom with that ward they did have for a moment. So probably trying to catch people here on the retreat.
They're going to catch Matu. Matu's trying to get away. They've slowed him, jumping from Yang, he's staying on top of this. TP's out coming in from Secret, but the finger's out and Matu is gone. No one can get there in time to offer him any sort of backup. As these are the sort of moves you can just expect to see Vici Gaming make that go unpunished. Secret just cannot deal with these players at the moment. Zai, quick TP out will save him before Yang has another void to spare.
Somehow during that time when they were like running across, though, Secret did acquire a little bit more gold throughout all of it, since it was Vici like taking time to do it, but you still feel that pressure. And I'm just, look at the map. Vici really trying to make sure their jungle is under no control from Secret. How many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sentries, and they've got like 7 or 8 sentries and 3 defensive wards. Definitely feeling that their farm game is just that much more potent this time around. And now, who said? I think BB as well. They can take down Roche. much easier.
Yeah, you're not heading over here if you're Secret unless you believe in Yapzor to make some big brain echo play. I mean, Zai trying. He's poking. Oh, he did try and grab him with the X mark. Wasn't able to quite get the puck, so Zai's able to jump back out.
He's just getting info as best as possible, maybe to try to do something here. But I don't think they're contesting anyway.
They'd have to time it perfectly with the shaker.
He's not even here. He's bottom.
Yeah. Yapzor wants to. All right, keep it over now.
Okay.
Nisha's going to jump in, actually able to kill off the line, so they now have the number advantage. Fisher's out from Yapzor on the two of them. Nisha able to pounce to safety, so they managed to make it a 5v4. Roshan not quite brought down yet. Vici Gaming obviously still there. They're tempted to get back in. They're tempted to go for kills in the river instead. Zai, he's trying to poke again, but it's into the silence, and he is gone. So back to even numbers on the map for teams. Vici Gaming will feel a bit happy to head back in. Still have to be a little wary of Yapzor making a play, but looks like Secret cannot get in time. Roshan will put the ball, and Eurus will claim it as now Vici Gaming can resume killing on Secret. They'll kill Puppey. Aegis in their hands. The game continues to feel pretty comfortable for Vici Gaming as Secret just still struggling to make any plays onto the cores. Support, sure, you'll see some of them die here and there, but when it comes to killing the big boys, it's a tough one.
Yeah, no, the damage just isn't there for them. And now the relocate's coming in. He should be able to get away though with that finisher. Yeah, it's man. It's scary because that last game, the way everything kind of turned, but this one it really does feel like it's completely different. The last one they had so many different types of damage. The roots.
I mean, he's got it.
He messed up the tempo or something. Hold on for 12 seconds. Making me double tap it or something.
Back to the river. Nisha, fingered.
They get the bigger target there, and they continue to chase forward Yang.
Drop the ult, but there's the vision for the X-Mark. Puppey, he'll disrupt himself. Zai's going to come in with the silent call, trying to help his teammate turn him around, but Ori pots the BKB. Double kill for Ori, he's not done yet. They'll take down Shaker. Stay on top of Zai with that silence. He does get the chance to phase shift with Blink on cooldown. He'll send it out, Yule's up, and Blink away to the orb. He'll be fine, but Yang's waiting. He's still got the Blink, I believe, and he's there it is, under the tower. Zai will manage to live, and now Matu's there trying to turn things around, but the torrent from Ori stops Matu from chasing. Able to save Zai, but still just trying to hold on to their dear lives. Secret against each of these fights that Vici Gaming are bringing.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Like you said though, killing the cores is just so damn difficult for them. They need them to be isolated, and they need both of those big cores hitting them, it seems like. And they need both the Slark and the Lone Druid to be hitting those cores to even try to be able to bring them down. Oh, a greater fairy fire. Yang should pass that one over to the to that IO. Pretty good item.
Yeah, that's very nice.
A mech and a greater fairy fire for your gyrocopter. You know, just give him 1,000+ life in one click. In 2 clicks.
He's getting these impaled perfectly every time, catching heroes by the tip. And Secret, they're really starting to crumble now here in this game too. This game beginning to look very messy for them, as it really is hard to steer away from them back in on this.
Yeah.
Much more so than last game. Now, last game was like, okay, they have the Arc Woman. They have that sort of late game turnaround potential. And Vici Gaming were definitely a lot more sloppier in game 1. But this game 2, very, very clean plays from Vici Gaming. As of yet, no large standout mistakes. They're playing the draft well. They've just got this lineup where their heroes do not die. And Secret, they've got no answer. They've got nothing to say, yeah, we can kill. They don't have that killing potential. Especially when they're now 10k behind and Vici Gaming's pushing up to the high ground.
Yeah, Vici's definitely fixed a little bit of the issues that happened, at least in that last game, and they've just they're playing really well. They went really well in this one, and the lanes just came out so beneficial that Secret's just still so far behind. They can't really do much of anything. After it's like the absolute dream echo slam, but Vici's not really giving him those opportunities, and even if he does, I think now at this point they might just be they're probably just too tanky. They just have way too much sustain.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
These racks, they're going to be gone.
Yeah.
No chance of a hold here from Secret. They'll have Matu back up in a second, but
He's got a butterfly already now on your GKB, butterfly, Maelstrom, Ags. He's even got some.
he's got a
other
Healer and
items.
Quiver. You know, they're both nice
stuff
ones
over there.
to swap in after the Aegis is gone.
Yep. It's looking pretty in the bag for Vici in this one now.
I do feel, game one was, Secret got some opportunities thanks to some mistakes from Vici Gaming. They're going to need Vici Gaming to give them a huge opportunity to this game if there's going to be any chance for Secret to turn this one back in their favor.
God, even then, I don't know. Nisha's just too far behind. He needs 2 items now at this point to be caught up to that gyro. Like, he wants BKB and MKB before the next fight, but it's just, they're not going to give him the time. He's just going to put the pressure on.
Just the shadow down. They're going to try to I don't even the time. Coming into the boat. Matu and the bear locked down. Dream Coil into what, though? That's the question. They just hold them in place. There's no follow-up damage from the Secret as both Puppey and Nisha get run down. The rest of Secret desperately trying to escape. Matu cannot get himself away from Eurus. Double kill for the Gyro. Every single fight just ending in the slaughter of Secret. They've got nothing here in this game too. And Vici Gaming is certainly exploiting that. Every single fight, it's over.
Yeah,
GG. It is called. They'll tap out of this one, Secret. But of course, it is a beautiful best of 3. We are going to get that deciding game. But overall, I gotta say that game 2 won very confidently by Vici Gaming. Game 1, Vici Gaming, I think they sort of let that one slip away.
Agreed.
I think out of the 2 teams, you've definitely got to be more worried for Secret than Vici going into game 3.
Yeah, especially when they get, like in this game, they got their last pick Lone Druid. Like, they were probably pretty happy with that one. I know, in the panel 2, they were saying that they were pretty happy too. I actually was like, if they can actually get out of the lanes, so they should be okay, but the lanes just went absolutely disastrous.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Но видишь, как Абит грамотно сыграл, отпушил мид, в миде ничего не сделал.
Вот в том-то и дело, я вот как раз-таки тоже хотел об этом поговорить, еще и отпушили линии, и сейчас нет возможности...
Ой-ой-ой,
Radiant's top tower
You
is
can't
under
keep
attack.
chasing this? Okay.
Dire's mid tower.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate there. They also find Fly, toss up, trying to keep Abed alive, but it is not going to be enough. 11,000 net worth lead now for Na'Vi as Fly. Ooh, he missed there, but on the side finds him and claims his prize. 36 minutes in, they're going to break high ground, and Na'Vi came to play in game number 2. They're looking good.
Radiant's top barracks are under
That was
attack.
such a big misplay there from EG. All they had to do was kill the creep wave. Like, they didn't have to. I mean, sure, it's really nice. You guys are going for the drow kill, but there's no way you had time to get that kill. Like, they were in the mid lane, TP'd away from them. Like, Abed TP'd away from them himself. He knew where they were, and he still tried to chase. It's kind of weird.
They're chasing.
Crypto creating some space.
I was kind of curious that they didn't just go to take down the tower, but I guess with the buyback, they're a little too concerned about getting out of there.
Well, they got the racks that they came for. There's a tier 2 mid. It's pretty unlikely that they would have been able to get the second set of racks. But yeah, Crypt played that very well. Still just kind of chilling, walking around. Did they see each other? I don't know if he saw. Oh, he did see Pasha, of course. They don't know. Of course they saw. Yeah, nicely done there from Crypt. That's what I thought that Abed was going to do when he TP'd top. He was just going to kill the wave because it was right in front of his base, and it would have, put the back door almost, would have triggered it soon. And they might not have been able to just push that high ground, but he just went freaking red eyes and just chased the drow.
Like, I will take you down. Feel my pain. It's looking quite good for Na'Vi in this game number 2. And I think a lot of what set this up is just that opening, the change of pace of Disruptor Tiny and being able to do so much more on the map as opposed to what they had last time, which was what, Warlock? Who's the other hero that they had? Somebody else that just did nothing.
It was Rubik.
Yeah, Warlock, Rubik.
They had Rubik, Warlock, yeah. Okay, if I'm going to be honest with you, like real talk for a second, if I see that support combo in my pubs, I am already asleep at my keyboard. I'm just like, I'm ready for the next game. I don't like playing with heroes that can't play the game. Yeah. Like that's my one of my biggest pet peeves is 2 supports that can't play.
Oh no, Crit, run away. Get out of there. They get the Yule Scepter lift up. And the sad pit has caught him as he is going to be pummeled and killed, trying to make whatever space they possibly can. But now they catch another Ramses. They force the BKB on him, but he does not go down. Static Storm was also used there.
Getting out.
Yeah, they okay. Maybe looking for a kickoff with Arteezy nearby.
I don't know really what coming to this. I can't say this ending well for EG.
This does not look good at all. They toss him back in. Oh no, not again. The man goes down. No chance to cast a spell. No BKB on the Ricky. And Fly is afterwards going to be pummeled. It's getting to the point where we might see those 2 magical wards pretty quickly as the Glimpse pulls back the Brewmaster. Going to beat into the big beefy boy and kill him off as well. Another one bites the dust. They're going to force out another buyback here. And just go for it.
Got a DD. Here comes the 5-man RP. Get ready, Lyrical. It's going to happen.
See if they can do it. They're trying. Atos, Pasha, tempting fate, daring anybody to go on me. It's not going to happen.
This game, it wasn't really that it got out of hand super quickly. It was more just that Na'Vi was slowly getting further and further ahead like the entire game.
Yeah.
And I think the Underlord pick did absolute work this time around. Like, Pasha played a great game. I think his itemization was perfect. His Atos straight up killed the EG like 5 times.
Another round of it. That's 2-person Pit of Malice tossed back in. Another round, why don't you? Well, they get the BKB out from Abed, trying to escape. Arteezy jumps back in. No, he jumped in and got rooted. Oh, in some trouble. Tries to jump away again. He's playing topsy-turvy. His magical got a little bit juked there. They have another round of Avalanche lift-up toss. And there's a lot of running, but not a lot of right-click coming in. As Na'Vi have gotten everything that they could have wanted. They're going to push in for this tier 2 mid and try and finish this game off.
Yeah, this is,
Radiant's middle tower.
let's say it's not looking great for EG.
Look at how much damage Pasha has. This guy's a monster.
Yeah. This is what it feels like to play a late pick Underlord. It's very, very satisfying, you know? Because all you really have to do is exist. You cast your pit or whatever on the core heroes, you use your Atos, maybe load it to something. It's not really like super high skill gameplay, but man, is it super effective.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Not a whole lot to stop it at this point. They just drop down the pit on top of them. And even though the Ricky's not in the game, certainly not going to be able to blink strike onto that one. So tier 3 tower looking to fall in this bottom lane. EG waiting on a hope and a prayer, but 50 seconds without Arkeezy means even if they find that perfect Arkeezy, the pickets laid down, no chance for a skewer away. They do skewer in instead. Arkeezy only onto one. They're gonna get four staff to try and keep him alive. They will bring down that disruptor, but it's the most pyrrhic of victories as Navi are just dismantling this Evil Geniuses team that were so dominant in game number 1, but they came up with the answers via Coach Mag. A little bit of talk amongst themselves, and they're going to be going into game number 3 here in this best of 3 group D.
Yeah, it was a really nice draft from Navi. We spoke about it at the pick screen. I was much happier with the heroes they picked this time around in the first game. And if they can play like this, why don't they just do it every game? Just pick the heroes that push buttons and they own. Like that's what happens.
Dire team ban.
Right. Drow Ranger now for TNC. Another pretty annoying hero. I'm still torn on how I feel about Drow overall. She's definitely not bad, but is she that good? I'm still not entirely sure.
I mean, multi-shot's pretty cool. That ability is wild, man. You can just like pull out these kills in lane now that were not possible with the old Drow before.
It's true. She actually has a lane presence now.
5 seconds remaining.
Feels good compared to how she used to be, but I don't know, it just feels like if you get on top of her, she's still that counterable hero, you know? I feel like you need to build around her. I need to see a centaur or something now, just so you have a positioning tool. Ab has a good start. The Aphotic Shield's a save, of course. That is nice, but
Dire team pick.
Am I off base here?
No, you're not wrong. That's good. Because, like, for example, you don't necessarily want to go, like, Puck or something, maybe. I mean, you still can, but you both kind of play the same role, so you really need a lot of front line if you're going to try and play that strat. Like, if they want to go Puck mid, then this would have to be a core ABBA, and they would need some other, probably, like, double tanky supports to try and make that situation work.
10 seconds remaining.
I like the idea of the Centaur for both teams, too, actually, right? Obviously, it's kind of hard to work in. For Nigma, unless they're going to do like that position 4, but the general idea of the Centaur being this idea of like mobility, like you're trying to get on top of the Drow or on top of the OD, and well, I suggested in the first phase, and it makes it all the way through the second, so Nigma are going to be quite happy with that. Chen into Drow, they might even be able to pressure her lane with some early Harpies or any of those other creeps.
And now Nigma have gone for this double sustain strat that we were sort of hinting at for TNC across the Chen and the Omni Knight.
5 seconds
Very
remaining.
nice. 2 enabling heroes for this OD.
Could go the March Warlock, perhaps, if they're kind of reflecting on how the series has gone. Like, the Warlock, a hero that they used to play quite a bit. It's all right versus this big 5-man. Oh, they could do the KP Veno. Yeah, they're going to Veno, I think, this game. So we'll get the March on the Venge. Maybe they can't fit the Veno, though, if March is going to be the Venge. It could be a Tim's Venge, a March ABBA, and a Veno for KP. I feel like the Veno is just really nice because it's good versus OD, because OD doesn't want to hit Plague Wards ever, and it has the heal reduction versus the Chen and the Omni.
Oh, okay. That's true.
10 seconds remaining.
I like the Venge Drow combo. I mean, old classic.
5 seconds remaining.
Aura up.
What? Just like, it's such a good counter to the way that Chen tries to like buff all your HP regen in the laning stage, but we'll see if they think the Veno's worth it.
Yeah. It would give them a lot of slow, but not a lot of hard disable. Veno, Drow, ABBA. You don't
It'd be
really
nice if
have
they could fit a
gotcha.
DK, and yeah, it's true. There's no real gotcha, but Like a DK would be nice, but you can't really pick DK into OD, unfortunately. So why this hero is still very strong.
Is that just a completely crippling matchup? Like,
yeah,
DK has no lane.
That's just no game.
All right.
It's because he can't like push out the wave well enough either. So it's not even one of those matchups that you can like ditch and like, you know, push the wave and go hit neutrals or something. It's like, no, OD says no to that. He'll just bully you on your hill. You're not going to get 2 breathe fires out on a creep wave or something. We need a GH hero. It's going to be a Tiny.
Okay.
Did very well in that last game. All right, guys. Ember's still in the pool. So if TNC don't ban it, Nigma will pick it. I think at this point, it's just a sign of strength. It's like, until people ban our Ember and OD, we will play them every game.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
I got no issues with the Ember, depending on what TNC grab right here.
Dire team back.
And of course, Nigma will have the final pick. So there's the Huskar.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Okay.
Talked about him, I think, a little bit during Game 1's draft, but very excited to see him. He finally feels like a real hero. We mentioned this on the podcast that for so long, Huskar felt too one-dimensional and almost like undying level too early game. And now you can scale a little bit. You're jumping around, you're knocking people back, and you can just play like a nice, aggressive, mid-tempo kind of core.
Yeah, he's in this like weird spot now too where like we had a couple games in the minor where he wasn't doing that hot, and then the one iconic one that people have found a very good reason to complain about is that he was really far behind, and then he just filled his inventory with neutral items, and you're like, oh, well suddenly even though you shut this guy down in lane, just because of the way his spells work, this hero's still incredibly strong with like those items that he's supposed to only get if he had a good lane, and so it got kind of awkward, and he absolutely crushed the game despite not really having an amazing performance to start.
Yeah.
So we'll see if TNC can abuse that same idea here, as they will remove the Earthshaker here, trying to make sure there's no solid initiation here from TNC, and that is definitely looking like a lacking presence for them at the moment. It's really just a Huskar jump.
Can they fit in a puck here? I feel like that's what they need, a Dream Coil-esque.
Yeah, Tims can play it. They could do a 4 puck with the KP ABBA.
Might be a little unconventional or what have you, but
no, I mean there's no catch right from Nigma. The only thing they have is Avatos, and if you ever do that, then you have the phase shift. You can just like get out in the middle of the avalanche.
I also like having 2 forms of AoE silence. Gust and Rift makes the Omni Knight and Shen's life just a little more annoying.
Guys, do we ban the Ember? They're having the discussion. It's like, okay, well, if they pick Ember, then we're just going to lane the Huskar versus the Ember, and so then what? Okay, so then what are we going to pick instead? No, okay, we're going to ban the Ember, guys. We did it. And we're going to get that Venom answer. So it comes out, and then we're going to get a Wind Ranger, and let's play some Dota 2. All right.
Textbook Dota.
Yep. Well, I like the Venom for all the reasons listed before.
Yeah, you kind of sniped that. Veno with Huskar, you've got a lot of damage over time. The dots are nasty.
Now, this still doesn't solve the one problem we listed of the initiation. So what it does do, though, is that you plant. Much like the bananas, you plant when taunting. You plant wards and you march. Much like March will march them as their leader towards objectives, and you initiate on buildings. And you say, come fight us. Currently, Enigma, their initiation's also not that incredible. Last time they had the Ember to really give GH a lot of breathing room and create good options for Weehaw. So I thought they wanted something with better stuns to maybe do some shenanigans with like a Miracle OD. But they will instead give Miracle his own hero, and that will be the Slark. So potential Silver Edge buyer theoretically versus the Huskar if things get out of control, but could also just do a standard Slark build and be pretty happy here, I think.
Yeah, we talked about Slark having some counters, and when you can 10th pick him, those fears melt away.
All right, so if I am TNC, They did have to, because they didn't pick the Venomancer, that means they have to go to that whole situation we discussed at the beginning with the Tim's Vengeful Spirit. and March on the ABBA. What is the bad lane matchup? Is there really any? The Omni Knight 1v1 versus the Veno.
Is that?
Might end up happening here. That seems kind of okay for both.
I would think I'd rather be the Veno in that matchup.
The way that KP plays it, probably, because he just wants to get his bots and be this constant split pushing threat across the map. It might be a hard game to play that. It might be partially why they went for the Slark pick too, is that they know that KP really likes to play solo on this strategy. And so if you initiate on him, as long as you don't like burn your pounce right away, what does he do? Even if he casts all his damage spells on you, you should be able to kill him first. KP, you just have your pounce held.
Your future is grim, costly. Nothing touches
I was
the
adjusting
heart
a couple
like
stream
my
settings there, but sorry if you mentioned this, but how does Huskar fare against Slark? I always thought Huskar was favorable, at least for a pretty decent chunk of the game when you're trying to team fight.
I would say not that well, just because the way that Huskar wants to play, he wants his target and he wants to stick on them, right? And then Slark can always just hit the button of, okay, I don't feel like doing this anymore. Either by pouncing away or by just straight up shadow dancing. That's really the problem.
Yeah, I guess my head's just at tempo matchups where Huskar can play fast when Slark historically has wanted to sit back, farm that Shadow Blade. I guess that build is kind of fallen by the wayside now, and Diffusal or Drums something first makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it's I mean, there's still some issues, right? Because you can't dispel the Burning Spear stack, so that's something, right? Slark can't he can't decide the fight based off of that. He has to use his mobility or his invisibility instead. Invisibility being the ultimate in that case, but let's see. Any wards can get scattered out this time? Doesn't look like it. Just very stable wards here. I think Nigma used the same ward on the Dire side. All 3 games now. As we move into... We haven't really talked about this, but this is the 3rd game in a row where the teams will both be on their respective sides here. Nigma on the Dire and TNC on the Radiant.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of interesting.
You're right.
Yeah. Actually,
30 seconds to
didn't even check what they chose before. It looks like... Oh, I didn't get to see the little thingy. Now that it's built into the client, it'd be nice if it showed up in the on our screen.
Oh, yeah. A little historical drop down, a little tab or something.
Yeah. But
that'd be sweet.
So this time TNC making it well known that they're going to be playing these heroes up top. They're not hiding behind or anything. So March begins his initiation on the bounty. GH is going to try and make the toss play while we have a fight in the river. GH unsuccessful on his toss attempt.
Goes to March indeed. Tim's getting chased down. He grabbed the one in the river also. But he'll live.
Forced to take the essence early as Slark. You can't really go for the pounce unless it's like super guaranteed. So he'll just get 3 stacks to enjoy for a brief moment.
All right, try up top. So it will be OD Huskar mid, which means bottom lane, we will have Omni Knight starting up against a solo Drowned Ranger.
Yeah, we'll see how this gets shifted off. Of course, the same thing again. KP in the Radiant off lane, helped out by both supports right away, and it looks like they just try and burn a ton of HP every time. Then they kind of analyze the situation, say, okay, has anyone moved? Okay, well, then we'll just do it again, because they're going to wait for you to make the rotation out here. They're happy with this Drow versus Omni.
Yeah. And TNC also have the advantage in this 3v3 up here. Chen, okay in these tri-lane matchups, but probably not the dream. Veno, incredible, just with that poison over time. Mitigate the regen. Very annoying hero in these stages.
Yeah, again, it's just a direct counter to the Chen. That Divine Favor buff, so... Very helpful, and, well, it will be the Radiant who blink first. Tims will make his way down here. Now, the Heart Camp has been blocked off here, so Tims is going to peek out. Oh, it's blocked. Well, shoot. Now my whole rotation was pointless, and I need a sentry set down here right away, because now Mike Troll's going to get 3 more waves guaranteed here by the looks of it. And that's why they're trying to double deny this back here, but that's not going to work. So now Tims... Oh, man, that's a painful rotation. Now he just hasn't done anything.
So what's the play? He's going to taunt.
We got to stack a small camp and then pull that next time. But that third wave, as we said, is now coming in here, and it's going to be in a good spot for mind control. Meanwhile, how has his absence impacted the top lane? Not too much. The wave is coming after Miracle here as March went and grabbed the wave. So the 2v3, they're trying to not fight.
They do find the leash, though. Toss back onto KP.
Oh, nice.
Trouble. That's a strike for Miracle.
Yeah, Curl with the Purge creep. Gets him again for the double. Beautiful play there.
Ouch. Amazing for Miracle.
That is actually a really nice creep to have when they're trying to manipulate the creep wave like that. Just being able to stop them from being able to commit to the shenanigans with the big slow.
Not only did Slark get those kills, but he is dominating CS right now. 15-5 compared to the 8-6 Drow Ranger on the other side of the map.
Yeah, they kind of missed their big payoff here of the big Veno pull with the Abba, right? Because both of them died while that whole creep wave gets pulled over here. So now things are just really awkward. They died it again. Just need that toss back. And the Purge creep, yeah, he's
GH with the rotations. Easy pounce from the Slark. Leash is there. March on the run, but the slow is just overwhelming. It only takes level 2 creep. It's a 5-second duration purge.
They got issues. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, issues a little bit for Armel. Get a bit spicy there as Weehaw is going in. Oh, yeah. I believe he's quite dead, so but easy grab.
GH gets into making an easy kill. Nice movements.
Big a 4-0 start.
Bummer, though, for TNC. This is brutal. Huskar, not the hero that wants to be dying at 4 minutes by any stretch of the imagination. Drow off to a little bit of a slow start. And this off lane for TNC. So this is, I don't want to say 3 lanes lost, but
I would say bottom's okay. Like, the Omni's forced to pull. He's being harassed by the Venge. He actually just had to give his regen over to GH. And GH is also sitting under that same ward that spotted him when he was playing on the Earthshaker too. So this ward's been really good for shutting down the way that GH likes to play and pressuring this mid lane.
And it'll get better for the Drow as she levels up. More damage, easier to last hit, and just a little bit less.
Oh, another leash up top.
AP. Yeah, they're going to dive this and find another easy one. That Satyr Banisher is a hero. GH now with the toss.
Has been killed.
Gets March out of there.
Where did Miracle's courier die?
Not sure.
Must have been a couple plague wards. Yeah, there were 2 plague wards right in the way.
Okay.
That's rough.
I'll take that.
They're going to get at least 2 bounties top, I think. Oh, no, March is cutting through. Oh, no. Oh, the deny.
Very nice. Still only a level 2 Ava. There's the shield. Toss to the creep. Trying to get the body blocks. March running into no man's land.
It's probably out of mana, yeah. That is one thing about the Banisher that got nerfed a while back. So you don't have that many casts of the spell anymore, but Kuro made the most of it.
Basically unlimited, so...
Yeah. It was a little broken.
I think we're in a much better spot with it. You can send them back to the well, though, right? It's probably not worth it, but you could in theory.
Yeah, theoretically. Run him home,
I guess. Go, little guy. Yeah, that whole time, Mind Control did a nice pull all the way back to his tier 3. So he's gotten level 4. Not really stopping the Drow from farming, but still being a little bit disruptive, making sure he gets something. Playing it as well as he can.
Miracle forced to TP home there. But it's a challenge, so of course that's completely fine. And back he comes.
Toss, double damage on Weehaw this time. Trying to body block March. There's the Aphotic Shield. Miss.
Man, that's going to be a 5th assist for GH.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He is making life so good for his teammates right now. Part of 5 of the 6 kills. And he's not going anywhere. He's just going to run at our melt.
Tim?
The Avalanche is back.
There was a second courier there. Double damage rune. Still has a decent duration. Scary to trade with, and Armel gets burned. Nice Sanity's Eclipse. Weehaw ends up with a double kill. Oh no, 7-0. The gold lead isn't that big, but Nigma are in control here, Trent.
Yeah, they're having a good one here. That was a 938 damage very quickly. Onto that Huskar from the OD. 7-0. I mean, the net worth is still even. So, nothing too crazy. I'm going to assume that the XP is quite different if I pop that open, though. And indeed it is. It's about a 1k lead.
Mind control getting chased down. Moves into the trees. Tim's just can't quite get there in time. Close call, though.
This is going to be kind of similar to game 1, where TNC really want that good fight around 10 to 15 minutes. That'll be sort of their peak timing, trying to fight before the Diffusal Blade on the Slark, before the Agnum Scepter on the OD comes out, and these heroes, like, you've already got the double Wraith Band for Gap, but now he wants a couple neutral items. Huskar gets a Poor Man's Shield. That's a great one to get. Is he stopping at 2 bracers? He is. Only going to go for the 2 bracers. So
that's the armlet.
A bit of a rougher start. I mean, 3 bracers can be a bit of a tough commitment with in case you get like really good neutral items.
No, I think the armlet just enables this hero so much. I have trouble arguing against trying to prioritize it.
Man, Kuro is a loyal guy, you see. He still has that Banisher. Said, dude, I'll just wait. You just regen. Oh, you see what he's done here too? He's softening up his Mud Golem.
He's got the Harpy
Radiant
now.
structures are fortified.
I want to see the Kuro big brain play where he like weakens the Golem and then denies it after casting the spell.
Ah,
that's huge.
That's your one
5 head.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower.
Pushed off by Gabby. No deny attempt. You know, speaking of Chen creeps that have gotten the mana nerfed, the Harpy, 50 mana on Chain Lightning. She's got 150. Didn't she used to have like 400 mana?
It was something insane. You could actually cast it like 11 times or something.
Yeah,
I think when I first
remember
started playing.
Watching Chen's get this creep and just shove it in the mid lane. I don't know what you do. 3 seems reasonable.
It was amazing it wasn't done more, frankly. It was definitely broken.
Yeah.
There was some code of honor that just stopped people from doing it, I guess. It's the only explanation I have.
I don't know.
Radiant's
Pretty
middle
cheesy.
tower
It had a pretty
is
long
under
cast
attack.
range too, so if it was a melee hero, you just couldn't really kill the Harpy. Brutal.
Well, that net worth, it has flipped over. Kills mean nothing. In Dota 2, it seems. Now, mind you,
apparently,
XP is that big factor. Now it's a 2k XP lead. And I know my good friend Dota Plus is a big fan of XP leads versus gold leads.
Not today.
Not today. I believe it has TNC favorite still right now, right? Yeah, by 2%. Well, 4%. NA math,
This could be the XP recovery. No, Kuro comes in.
Regeneration.
Repel, he'll grab that
Dire's
outpost, and of course
tower
down
is
bottom.
under attack.
Radiant have already
Radiant's
secured.
middle tower is under attack.
Open spread.
I'm concerned for the TNC Veno whenever it's not like top 3 net worth. And like he's 5th, and that's not terrible, but he's a long 5th. He's like 700 gold behind Weehaw. And this guy needs to be like really rich because now he can't play KP Veno style. He has to play I need a 4-staff in this game Veno. Like, it's not the boots of travel. Now, to be fair, I guess like the Plague Wards are more important this game in the actual team fights. It's not really like a big split push game for him here. He doesn't have any points in the Gale yet. He's just like focused on being active and engaged in the team fights to try and capitalize on the fact that they have this early game value of a Huskar and a Drow. So maybe he'll go like 4-staff Greaves because of that.
And control down bottom. Level 6 still has a purification. Should be okay.
Narrowly.
Multi-shot there. Yeah, this build on Veno is also really good for farming. I think that's part of where this gold difference is coming from, is that he's able to sit in the jungle and farm reasonably quickly. Even though Omni Knight's hanging around.
I mean, Omni's the lowest on his team.
He's got nothing. You know, he's not really playing a 3 right now. Gabby, though, gonna get caught near the outpost. He's got plenty of damage, and it's a dead Drow.
Oh, he
does get the counter kill into mind control, though.
The death throws there. I think MC still got the... Oh, no, he didn't get anything. I don't have the fight recap yet. Let's see. Did he get XP?
Nope. Not according to the recap.
I don't think it's popped yet, though. That's for the other kill.
Oh.
On the ABBA, I think.
Yeah, I guess
whatever.
you're right.
So, again, ABBA was forced to, like, sit mid. So March is just trying to, like, protect Armel and help him get some farm versus the OD. But he's just free food to the OD whenever he feels like it. Looks like he dropped another sandwiches on him.
The Keen Optic is legit. I feel like every time I see that item drop, my eyes just light up a little and go, oh, yeah.
Oh, a DD room will say, well, we'll take this a little early. I mean, it's not that bad. They already have the armlet, so it's definitely possible. There's no point in the curse, though. This might be one of those games where you'd be like, oh, that value point would have been pretty handy, dude.
They're going to get away with this, though. Enigma either seem unaware or not too concerned. There you go.
I mean, they did just Sanity's march in the mid lane, so their ability to fight into that is going to be pretty weak. And it's actually not going to be the Force Staff there. KP, in unusual fashion, finishes the medallion after killing Roche. But just identifying that he can help protect his teammates from the Slark by using that medallion. And now he wants a Solar Crest after that, too, to just buff up his Huskar and his Drow.
Okay.
I wonder why he didn't get Force Staff. Is someone else getting Force Staff in time for the Slark, or are we just going to fight it?
Drow's going for the Hurricane Pike. And I think that's it for now. All with the Dominator queued up Revenge. Yeah, that's it.
Maybe the thought process is that even if we get pounced, we're still just going to be fighting anyway, so I don't need to free you, but... I don't know, pretty rough. Then again, you know, Huskar notoriously susceptible to the physical, I suppose. Not that he really goes that way anymore. He's only got 38% match resistance. The triple bracer makes him feel a little bit more like old Huskar.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Love Halberd, though.
Tower is under attack.
Real good item, especially when you grab it early on an armlet hero.
Dude, Sanj is insane. Like, Sanj is just crazy. That item feels so good on any strength core right now.
It's so easy to build. I completely agree.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Gabby is being scouted out here by GH. It looks like Gabby knows. Yeah, he's gonna ping it. They got a ward here for sure. Good call from Gabby. Meanwhile, Miracle looking for farm in the back lines here, cutting waves, scouting the fact that KP's behind that tower.
Middle tower is under attack.
And he's going to start pulling away here. The problem will be, what can TNT get done with its Aegis? Because I don't think Nigma have any real reason to fight them.
Use a blade on Slark, I think, has come out. So
yeah,
little item peak there, but yeah, not a huge incentive.
Well, how do you die Venom, right? They're just going to do a toss. Oh, they haste
Avalanche, toss on the Miracle. Easy.
Dude, that was sick. I did not see the haste rune. Dude, that was hype. So I'll hasten, I'll toss him, and I'm just going to instantly TP. Because I know that I'm going to take a bunch of damage and they're going to rotate someone in. That was pretty cool.
It was a layup. And Miracle says, hey, let's just go for some stats. I want the Scotty. Give me an eye, baby.
In that time period, what did they get, though? They got the top tower taken down, it looks like.
My thrift rewarded.
Mid and top. Now dead for Enigma.
Radiant's bottom
GH
tower
now.
is under attack.
Well, I don't know. I'm not feeling too good about TNC right now. This feels like it's going to be very precise to win this game. They need some real good team fights coming out now. And with that Sanj...
And a clumsy net, dude. Get the hell out of here.
Oh, and Essence Ring? Like, Essence Ring went from, like, bad item to, like, kind of busted item.
Dire structures are fortified.
Yeah, OD is in a pretty good spot right now. I'm not going to lie. I would be a little scared if I were TNC.
You should be.
Yeah, pass the net over to GH. They've gotten some great neutral items.
Now, I just want to point out that Huskar has 1/3 the mana of an OD with 2 points insanities, so just keep that in mind during the next team fight. Yeah. Oh, God.
Sanj is up.
Is he? I mean, he has the Aegis. They might not want to drop it. No, he's stacking that info.
My thanks.
Radiant's middle tower
Slowly
is under
moving.
attack.
TNC really want to pick a fight, but they're being very cautious about how they go about it. Good positioning from Nigma as well, not really giving them an opening. And Nigma are not overreacting. They've got 2 heroes out in the lanes just continuing to pressure.
They don't have any catch, though, as you can see. Like, this is why Disruptor feels kind of good in these lineups. Like, if they could have gotten a swap or something, like, some of these heroes were just playing so close, but they have no way to punish that. Okay, so that's a lot of green diamonds up top there for Nigma. The ultimates are there. Oh, this is scary. How much time do you take us? There's only 20 seconds left. This is a very scary time to fight.
Miracle. On the front line.
Oh, you know Nigma's timing this, dude. 10 seconds left on that Aegis. Weeha's gonna dump it on him.
Heavenly Praise.
6 seconds. Oh, dude,
Wonders.
screwed.
Miracle needs to be a little careful. There's the ultimate.
Get him, Weeha, go. Oh, here it comes. There it goes. Someone force staff me. Oh, they don't have any catch either side of Nigma.
All right, there's the reset for Huskar. And TNC might just back out. Without the Aegis, I don't think they're nearly as confident. And there's the retreat.
I'm really glad they didn't try and force that. Because if you end up losing that Aegis on that high ground, then you are just going to get Sanities and absolutely blown up.
Yep.
And now he has the Halberd too, so another big improvement for the hero.
Certainly great against the OD. You mentioned the Ags with the Astrals. Mitigates it a little bit, but...
Oh, they got the Fangs on Huskar though. That's a nice item.
Great.
And KP, I noticed that he was saving his gold and he didn't, even though he bought the Crest recipe, he recognized that he needed Boots of Travel for bottom lane. So he stopped finishing it out on the ultimate orb and went back for the bots. Very annoying because of like the sunk cost fallacy going on, but I'm glad he didn't fall victim to it because he recognized that I don't need Solar Crest right now. I really need Boots of Travel.
Here comes Miracle though, double damage rune. This is scary, right in onto the Huskar. It's the Heavenly Grace. There's the setup.
He's getting isolated right now.
They're going to break this fight up as the Slark jumps in onto the back line. Swap from the bench, the GA, but KP goes down. They've lost 2 on the side of TNC, and Miracle is not done yet. He jumps in onto Armel. Another Astral. Armel just cannot stack up the damage.
Oh, they can't even fight them.
They can't do anything. It's going to be a clean sweep. A 5-0. Nigma completely roll over TNC. The OD Aghanims in full force here, bud.
With the Centaur boys, man. Just tab stun. Tab stun. Easy setups from the Astral. That was clinical. All right, right there.
I feel like that's a team fight that I wish we could go back and watch in like half speed just to see the continual disruption. Like I want to watch that from Armel's perspective. I don't think he did anything.
No, it was very depressing. He, I mean, he got
5k damage, but
yeah, yeah, that was a super sad fight. I mean, Drow did 400 damage that team fight. The Abba did more damage. By putting shields on people die.
Battle at the outpost. Miracle again in the front lines. This time OD uses the ultimate. 2 more heroes evaporate from the battlefield. They grab one more. Now Drow Ranger gets run down. This could be a quick game 3. 19-1 at 20 minutes.
Yeah. Now, Nigma talked about this a lot in their interviews at the minor, where they said they felt like they had a really good read on their enemy team's timing in a lot of these games, and that's why the PL was working out so well for them. Is that they never panicked. And they always recognized what their timings were and when they were going to win the game and just don't freak out. And that's what they did again. They didn't take any bad fights when they were in a slightly compromised position. Like this wasn't like an out-of-control Huskar Drow game, but they still had the ability to 5-man and start moving through lanes. And Nigma did not try and contest that. They just said, we know that once we have this Aghanims, the game's going to be really easy. Once Miracle's a couple items, piece of cake. And now he's going to be super beefy with a full Scotty. Nearly complete here, just 500 gold away.
Yeah, the Aghanims on OD definitely was a game changer. Nigma definitely played that really well. They were also smart enough to wait for a double damage rune to spawn before initiating, and that certainly made it a lot easier. I mean, Miracle was just jumping in the front line, doing big damage. There was no stopping that Slark.
Well, Crow really enjoyed that last team fight, and he said, you know what would be better than 2 Centaurs? I think I'm just going to get 4 Centaurs. So, Weeha, you just Astral them, and I'll just chain stun them for 8 seconds after. How's that sound?
That sounds pretty good.
It sounds a little busted.
Yeah, I think he pulled the calculator out on that Harpy. It was just like, yeah, you did some stuff earlier on, but we've got bigger plans in store. We need to demoralize TNC with this victory. A win is not enough.
Will TNC get another kill? I kind of think they won't. I don't know if they have the burst damage to do it.
Yeah, I think against Chen and Omni Knight,
I really don't think they're gonna. They might pick off GH. That's the only thing I can see.
I could see GH making an aggressive play and sort of sacrificing himself to set up a good team fight or something like
The
that.
only problem is he can just TP unless there's Avenge swapping or stunning.
Yeah. He also has a duels now, so he can afford to be pretty aggressive. They're going to jump in onto Armel. Tossed out again. GH has been on point this game. Huskar doing everything he can do. He makes it back up to the high ground. Miracle, not a fear in the world, gets the Heavenly Grace, jumps in. Now, Venno did get off an ultimate, and that will, I don't want to say scare them, but remind Enigma that, yes, indeed, there's a tier 2 tower here, so we're diving into an immune tier 3 as they find Armel again. Huskar sustaining until Weehaw starts landing the right clicks. Now OD needs to be a little bit careful. March, no borrowed time. Oh my, that's a Sanity, that's a dead KP, and it's a dead Gabby. GG, not another death on the side of Enigma, 25-1, a clinical finish for Game 3. Enigma is here, and they are hungry for a win.
Man, they just like wrote down some timing, some items, and said, "All right, until that, we're just not going to engage." And that was definitely the play. Miracle did a great job of just dodging and avoiding all the fights and engagement until it was clear that his team was just going to be completely outclassing the opponent there. Kuro, amazing play on the Chen, and well, mind control. Sadly, huge feeder, one death. Right. You hate.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yang. These next few moves is this time Secret. Well, I can say that the last two games they did not do their best in the first 15 minutes. This game they've done really good in their first 15.
Eurus BKB requirement with the that Nisha's been playing. You know, they know that the heroes are going to get on top of the drow. He has to have the BKB, and maybe this was what they were waiting for. Or he's still not going to be too interested in the fight. He's very close to having the Bloodstone done. In fact, if he sells some of these little bits, he's got it. Okay, Circle it gone, Bloodstone in.
Okay, they can actually.
So now they're good to go.
Yeah, they've got that BKB is going to be really big. And they actually just find Yapso for free.
Satisfied.
Yep. So Bloodstone was finished as well. Yeah, this is pretty good item timings for them to look to fight. Because now this Storm. He went from being 1100 HP quite a few moments ago. He's up to 2000 HP because the pupils give plus a full Bloodstone.
Yeah, this is now where Vici Gaming can definitely turn up to fights. You will see them try and put a stop to Secret taking any more towers. As you say, Secret have taken all tier 1s, but the tier 2s have been kept alive by the living armor and keeping them fully healed. And it'll be a little harder for Secret to group up and push for those objectives, at least until they themselves have their next times done. Matu, when he's got the Ags. In bottom lane, TP's coming in.
Are scanning.
PG seeing if they can get themselves some sort of a grab. As Secret don't have everyone down here. No one's showing at the moment on Secret. They're staying in the shadows.
They pinged that like crazy though. Zai knew something was up. Vici, they're going to make the long smoke across to try to catch them off guard, catch them behind.
See if they can pincer them in here from across the river and by the outpost.
We're 1 minute till outpost 2. There's a blink dagger on Zai. Both teams trying to get the setup. Matumba super close to his Aghanims. 220 gold or so. 270 gold, I can't see.
They're going to go there, Vici. They're heading in. Nisha's come up with the jump. He's onto the storm. The straight up step with the Dragon Tail. Check for down. Vacuum set up there from Yapso. He's both dead, Dory. Just not saying they're both dead. Ori does indeed manage to zip away at the last moment. The living armor helping out as well as that Bloodstone heal.
I cannot believe he survived.
He looked dead as anything there, but he gets out.
That health that he literally just got picked up pretty much. The Bloodstone as well as that Pupil's Gift and living armor thrown on him too for a little bit more armor and health. Yeah.
That was a
really
huge kill for Secret, but slipping away from them.
Where did it, I was actually confused. What happened to the other hero that was smoked on? It's backed up, okay.
They backed up because up top, they're not much themselves. Matsu gets the shadow down, something down, a 3-man vacuum into the wall. Yapsor again with the combo play. Jones is trying for the TP out, he has the damage through the BKB. Matsu gets the double and they're on the retreat, but Zai, he's able to spear back the poor old Cherry, finds himself in the old disruption. He comes out to imminent death. Secret finding the 3 kills.
That was right before the Ags on Makamba Man too, and they made it across the map.
Now they're going to go for Roche. They do have Storm up in the game. Is he in position to contest this? He's not. He's over on the other side of the map, or he's farming up the neutrals, so will not be able to go for a zip play. So this should be a free Roche for Secret.
Too scary. I think you're playing versus like DK, Lich. These heroes are almost, pretty much instant. It's not worth attempting to go for a steal when you're still pretty close to lead. Like they probably still feel pretty comfortable. They know they slip ups with their movements.
Looking to getting in control there for Secret, and up top, another grab. Puppey, he's got the setup. Matsu's closing the gap. Is anyone going to come in to help Yang? It doesn't look like it. Spear to the tree by Zai. Yang will fall.
Dire's
And
structures
4K
are
lead for Secret off the back of those kills, and that Roshan is starting to speed up.
Yep.
And I'm honestly, I'm feeling the power of this support Darks here.
He's doing a lot of work.
Every single team fight, he's coming in, dropping these vacuums, and it's just sort of, it's just breaking VG Gaming. They can't deal with it.
Yeah. And he's got the Greaves for his team too, so he applies a big amount of heal and just these auras. While you look at the side of VG, they don't have a mech, they don't have Greaves. They got a Trinity Protector and a Shadow Demon. These guys are not going to farm those second items in this game. Yeah, Vici. Now quite on the back foot in these last few moments. And Secrets, like we said, they already made their, like, the way they traversed across the map in those last few moments was already so fast. The Ags was picked up by the Slark right afterwards too. Now it's going to be even faster the way they can pressure the side lanes. Vici has to be very careful of their positioning. But Tom Man even also has a clumsy net, which is, I mean, actually very good on Slark this game. You're playing versus Storm Spirit, you know, you pounce, net, pounce, or pounce, net, whatever. You have another pounce afterwards, probably.
Yeah, Ori's got, now we saw before, sort of get the Bloodstone done before he fights. Now it's slipped into a position where he has to get the BKB done as well before he can really turn up to the fights. Unless they find some sort of solo kill potential, but as it has been so far, Secret not really been going out alone. There's always been backup close by.
No, but Tom Man's actually like the only one really showing in the lanes most of the time. It's an Ion Shell that blindly pushes out one lane, and then a DK or a Mars that kind of quickly pushes out one, and then I'm at the Slark Zone. So it's really tough to actually make a play onto these heroes, as we saw what happened. I mean, Zai was 0-4, right? Now he's still 2, 4, and 6. He got that extra little bit of tankiness, survives once or twice, and just spooked Vici from ever making a move on it again.
Dire's bottom tower
And
is
Matamba
under
just
attack.
feeling it's so powerful. Then he should. But the blade mail.
He gets caught. Don't get caught. That's the one time. Can they do it a second? Everyone's here. Vici Gaming is the same for Secret. They're there. And Matsu can pounce back to safety.
So that's the blade mail reveal. They're aware of that one now. He has to be a little bit more careful with how he steps up in those scenarios.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
So they can get some more tier 2s. They have to fully commit. The armor is out, slowing it down a little bit. The Secret, they're going to stand strong. Down the high ground, ready for any opportunity presented by Vici Gaming. But Vici Gaming,
that is a
making it work. They're not leaving the base here on this bottom lane. They're not going forward.
Scary place to fight. Right there, I've actually noticed like most of the games I see teams lose is when they try to defend, they get caught right behind that tower. That little spot right there is a death trap.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Especially, I mean, versus Mars too, that seems
Invisibility.
uncontestable. Continuing to build up those auras. We see the Vanguard picked up for Yapsor. Next will be that Crimson, since he's playing with the Drow Ranger. Also could use the Ranger Storm, even though he's a lot of magical.
He wants to go. He's going to zip in on Puppey. They got the call connection from Yang. There's the jump outside. They're going to get the turn for around. He is being focused down by years. The damage is far too much for Zai to deal with. There's going to be 2 kills for Yang, 2 Bloodstone charges for Ori. Secret a little broken up there on the retreat. Both Zai and Puppey staying around. Puppey getting caught and Zai making the mistake to try and help his captain. So that will give
that's the BKB.
Yeah, that big old item pickup suddenly makes it a little harder for Secret to punish Ori in these fights.
Quite a lot harder.
Like you know, he's invulnerable basically in this game. There's nothing to hold him down through the BKB.
Yeah. Until the Basher, I think the Basher may have already been picked
He has
up,
the
right?
money, right?
He does have
He's
it.
got it, yeah.
So
Okay.
Basher, he does have to be a little bit concerned about, but yeah, besides that, nope.
Definitely a game still in a delicate position, even though Secret have the lead. This
Solid item.
Storm and Drow play can ruin them.
I like that. If he could try to ever give it to the Storm Spirit. It's also good on Eurus, so he might just keep it, the Mindbreaker that was just picked up. But if he can actually pass that to the Storm, it's not an Orchid per se, but it's, you know, that little mini one. Can definitely catch Slarks or somebody off guard.
Dire
Could
are
also just keep it on
scanning.
himself, though. All depends. Trying to keep control of the ward here.
Matthew just scanning out, seeing if they have any vision around the area. They don't. No wards, in fact, over Secret's half of the map, Beachy. Just over their own.
They bring
the Secret's own vision, they're pretty lacking at the moment.
Yeah, they only have the one ward kind of protecting
Roche.
Nisha and the Roche area. Yeah, Nisha just, they're actually, look, they're playing 4 heroes to protect the bottom tower and just having Nisha solo farm for a moment. And then they quickly back off and cleared out those stacks when they saw Vici backed up. And he did get the pass off of the Mindbreaker. So Ori does have that.
BKB down for Nisha. We have the 15 hit by Yapso, so he has got the extra AoE on the vacuum now.
Oh yeah, that one's actually pretty big.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I mean, this game, it's...
I think they're going to smoke
you
and
just
find
sort of
out.
feel more comfortable with now it's to this point where the BKBs are coming out into play. I mean, I feel the Matu Slark's definitely
Slark
the big
is so
one.
scary. Yeah, the Slark is still feeling like
He's the
gonna
one.
reign supreme.
Yeah, that's just going to scale up that little bit harder than anything that Vici have.
Just depends on it. Does he get caught by an Axe Blade Mail and just die or something inside of the fight? So. Yeah, Slark definitely feels really strong. Just very close game. It's gonna be a lot up to these initiations and who gets a better jump.
And then we have a bit of a different item completed by Eurus, going for the Silver Edge. I mean, why completing the Silver Edge? Who are you mainly thinking about? Are you thinking about killing this Dragon Knight, breaking him, or that's the main reason you see this game?
Definitely. I mean, they're gonna be able to bring him down so much faster with this for sure.
Yeah, they definitely needed something. As Nisha has been getting away with jumping him with the Blink Dragon Tail and not being punished because of that high armor and regen that he does have.
No, it definitely does seem like a very good Silver Edge game in this one. It's also just it's good to protect him versus the Slark. If Slark doesn't have any type of detection, doesn't connect with the pounce, he's able to just invis away too. And of course for the break reasons. Definitely really solid. Good for positioning.
Another BKB soon as be in the game. Matu just under 1,000 away from having his own done. As again the game slips into this sort of passive play where both teams feeling an item away from when they want to make moves. Now it does seem that Vici, and they know Roshan's coming up soon.
Yeah, they've got these BKBs and like all these little pickups that they've gotten, the Silver Edge and on top too, with that Mindbreaker on the Storm too. They should feel pretty strong here, but as soon as they're walking up toward the high ground,
spotted.
They get spotted. And they don't want to make the same mistakes as the first game, walking into high grounds blind. And
it would definitely be nice if they can fight before Matu's BKB is done. He is close. There's him. They'll start a fight quickly onto Zai. Zai protected by the glitter kick. Turns. He's surprised. The Axel will save him. Now Matu's trying to go in the counterplay. Him and Ishi jumped in onto the support. Or he's still chasing down. Didn't kill off Zai. Zai's flying back though. Secret. They're in the strong position to overrun this fight. BKB now popped by Ori. He'll try and drag back Nisha into the power of Eurus. Is it enough? It doesn't look like it. Zai drops down low. Ori is in that in time. They'll call Matu. Vacuum on a 3. All they go for Vici trying to run. A Secret move forward. Eurus and Yang are gone. The pullback's there onto Ori. He's only got a little bit of mana left to play with. There's the final tip out. Nisha chases him down, stuns out. Vici Gaming fall over in the fight. As Secret, they know that it's time to strike. You saw their Vici Gaming off the back of that smoke. As soon as they were seen, you could tell they knew that already it was going to be a hard fight to take. But then Secret, straight up, no hesitation as well. Zai with the buyback, both Yang and Zai, the two opponents buyback. Yang with the dieback, Zai able to come in, just dropping down the arena, making sure that Vici Gaming weren't able to commit. They had to start running, and as soon as they turned, with these blink plays, Nisha could just keep chasing and turn kill into kill into kill.
Matamba just got every attack off, and then they have Greaves and Crimson Guard. So the damage just was completely negated. And then, like you said, the Mars jumps in afterwards, just in case puts down the wall to block and protect Matu. And now it's a Slark with an Aegis on top too. And yeah, this.
And it was just sort of those little plays at the start, right, where Zai took a long time to die because of Yapso coming in with the Greaves, the Surge.
Yep.
Sure, he still dies, but Ori has to zip all the way to the back lines to get that kill. So suddenly the rest of the fight goes on, and Ori, he's already used over half of his mana.
And it would have probably been an even worse fight for Vici if A, Storm didn't have an Arcane Rune, and B, if the Chain Frost actually bounced on top of the vacuum, because it would have just killed everybody's pretty much instantly, because it was right on top. It actually bounced the Train Protector instead. But yeah, Vici were a little bit slow to try to grab that fight, and then Zai was just leading the charge. He kind of baited him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Secret with this Matumba Man Slark. Doing an excellent job.
Nothing very hard for Vici to do much. I mean, Secret, with the 3 drafts we've had so far in this series, we obviously see that they value the Slark very, very highly.
Yeah.
And when games sort of get to this point, you do see why. It's just this hero that's such a nuisance to deal with. Even when you have certain ways to deal with it, in theory. Like this. With the stun. Oh, he's down the once. But again, Vici get away from this. They're trying to run. There's the pass forward. And you may have got him the one time, but now the fight's going to turn around. The wall's down. Vacuum's where the BKBs are on. Zai drops the wall. Eurus will TP out in time. But the support can't retreat. PYW's got. The rest of them do get away. Again, just having to use their BKBs to retreat out of it. And this is the problem. They commit heavily to kill him the once. Getting him twice is pretty much all but impossible.
And now he has a full butterfly on top after he did die. He picked that up. So now it's much harder for them to actually kill him as the Drow as well as that. Storm won't be doing that much damage. And if the Slark is actually, if he's near like the Vlads, I think he actually can just lifesteal through that blade mill pretty effectively. Yeah, he has the talent, right?
It's the left talent, the 20, right? He's got it. Yeah.
No, 15. He gets that. He did get it. I thought he actually would take the lifesteal this game though.
You're right, against the blade Malax, but what do we know? Namatsu, he's having an easy game. 5-0-8. He said he doesn't need the talent. This is how you do it.
Yeah, he's got like,
and it's looking good.
He's got a little bit of Vlads and Nisha also 10-0-9 in this game.
Yeah. Both cores having a great time, and Zai as well. As I said, it was a funky start, but definitely able to pull something off that I did say was hard. You know, it's not easy to have a game when you suffer that much in the laning stage as a Mars, but Zai, he's showing that he doesn't care sort of how much they focus him down. But there's been in all 3 of these games where Zai's lane, it's been the rough one. He's been put in the tough position, but this is sort of why Secret let him go in that tough position, because they can rely on him to pick up his game later on despite the rough start.
I feel like Secret just played this game really well about not when they were at that period where they were kind of behind, not splitting up really at all. I didn't see anybody getting picked up. There's only 10 kills on the side of Vici. Like Storm Spirit and Axe, I feel like they did not find the windows that they wanted to just pick off like a random Lich walking across somewhere warding, a Mars or someone like going far up into a Darkseer. Like they didn't actually find like that many pickoffs at all with their Blink Dagger, with their Blade Mail, with their timings that they got. And now, yeah, Secret, they've got such strong map control now, and this Slark, he is by far the strongest hero on the map.
And just sweeping the map, Secret. Whoever they find will either be dead or forced to BKB. And at this point, with Slark getting... Oh my god. Nisha nearly grabbing Ori there. Ori was not hanging around. Instant zip off the zip to clear the wave.
There's a Slark coming from the right. He's considering jumping in, but it looks like there's a lot of Vici here. He does not care.
There they go, Yang. He's got the call. Blade Mail as well. He's getting kind of below Matu, but he got the shadow on something time. Now the turn, the gun the break, Ori chips in, but Zai, he's just picked up the Euro, dropping himself up, finds time to turn, back in, drags Euro into the rear. Zai's still alive as the sustain from Yapso, it's enough to keep them more than fine. Zai still lives, they've lost DY, here in the falling low, Lucia wants the BKB turns, kills on Ori, 3 dead, make that 4, there's no escape for the Drow, Yang's hiding in the trees, he goes for the TP out, Zai won't quite get him with the spear as Yang does escape. But another, they can't kill Zai. Zai just able to stay alive. As I say, that Yule's only just shipped out to him before that play was made. And it's another team fight, which ends in disaster for Vici Gaming. A Secret now climbing to a pretty epic lead, 13k ahead. And Vici Gaming struggling to get anything going their way. They just cannot make the plays. And I think most of it down to the fact that Yapso's as big as he is. This Darkseer, with the items he has, it's just too much sustain for Vici Gaming to fight through. No longer can they zip in, commit with the BKBs, and especially now that they're BKBs, they're getting very short in duration.
Yeah, it's literally what I'm gonna be. I just cannot believe that I'm gonna be in a position where I'm gonna say this 4th edition Darkseer is actually owned so hard.
I really did.
Like Nisha and Matamamad absolutely played phenomenal with these, you know, like 0 deaths on their carries or 1 death or whatever it is. Actually, no, 0 deaths on either of them. But man, Yapso with these clutch max and breeds and stuff like that, they're keeping the team a little bit alive. And the grab is pretty huge.
Matu, can they get him out? Shadow Dance and a pounce away. Matu is fine.
Nice Yules by Zai there onto that blade mail axe, preventing the majority of that damage. But Tama would have like definitely died there if he didn't do that.
I mean, what do you think about Yang's decision in this game? Obviously, he goes for this blade mail build. It isn't the build that we, you sort of see as the standard on axes when Axe was being picked right. It was the sort of the auras, because there is that problem with this build that if you don't make these gangs happen as soon as you get the blink, you fall behind, and then you do start to feed a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, he did not find any opportunities that I saw. Like, I just legit did not see him getting any chances where he would just find a blink target, blink call, get a kill, right? I feel like we saw, what, maybe 1? When he got those, like, it felt very, very little for him to actually be able to find anything. That is probably why we do see that other build.
It's been a rough game for Yang here. Now 18k down, Vici Gaming. Secret more than ready to make the next move and push up to high ground once again as they wish.
Look how fast that escalated too. It was actually just so even until like 29 minutes and then just boom.
They struggle to win the fights, Vici.
Yeah. Have to be able to win the fights.
Last game we sort of saw Secret with the damage issues, and this time around it's Vici falling into that similar problem.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And they can do this. The blade mail, he does not care about it one bit right now. Just 3KB. And he no worries. They get both the cores.
Did you see that? He does the shields to the bulwark, which applies the Mindbreaker.
And so the shield crash.
What? No, God's Rebuke. I can't remember all these damn names anymore.
Neither can I, apparently.
God's Rebuke. Shield crash. God's Rebuke. God's rebukes him with the Mindbreaker and silences the storm and able to kill him off. And now 70 seconds where they can continue to die for and look for kills and close up the game. And they well executed draft and Puppy. Yeah. Busting out the big guns. The 4 positions Darkseer.
And Secret really did tidy it up here in this game. So game 2 it looks sloppy from Secret, but this game 3.
Their best early game. Yeah. Even though they had like
it from the start.
Yeah, like the first 10 minutes, maybe like whatever, but then afterwards they've recovered and they were just farming. They weren't getting on and picked off. It's like Zai died the 4 times and then that was it.
Well, that's the thing as well. It really was sort of, Vici had an okay start, but they made mistakes like they were doing in game 1. They dove mid with Eurus and Ori. They both died. Then Yang dies bottom. And suddenly when you've had an even start to a match, but you just fed your 3 cores as that, yeah, you're going to be in for a bit of a tough one to try and get that momentum back in your hands. And Secret did not let them. Secret have ruled the game ever since.
They're not making mistakes either. They're not getting picked off. This Puppy's not farming. I mean, this is some of the few times that I've actually seen him like farming in this game. He's been pretty quietly like sitting behind people. But yeah, they're just not getting picked off by any of the heroes of Vici. Now Vici's trapped in their base. As the lead will continue to grow.
Yeah. And I really do think, if if Blink Blade Melax isn't doing the job against the Slark in this game, I don't know when that sort of hero and that build is going to work. I think it's very hard, and Yang's definitely experiencing the struggles of having that build and not having that sort of mid game that he dreams of.
I mean, Blade Mail just overall as an item after the last patch just got hit so hard. It feels so weak. It's like you either own with it the moment that you have it for the next like 5 minutes, or they just become. They just don't care about it anymore. They just get their everything. It doesn't do anything anymore.
Oh, they'll try and save the tree here. They do get the call off, but Zai's in with the arena down. Eurus will BKB managed to run himself out, but they're just falling. Yang, he's gone. Zai's going to be the job of the yours, and GG indeed is called. Secret take this game 3, and with that, of course, the series 2-1. A bit of an up and down series. And I said Secret needed to step it up. They certainly did. This game 3 looked to be Secret back on top form. PG Gaming did not stand a chance here.
Yeah, and they did it with a bit of an unorthodox, I mean, not fully unorthodox draft, but they had 4 precision archers, so we'll call it unorthodox anyway.
Yeah, and
it looked good. It looked pretty strong.
Well, thanks. Don't mind shoelaces here, Carl. I think it's living. But it looked fantastic. I think we can definitely expect to see that again, right? The absolute darks here.
Wait up! Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Catch up! Regeneration!
Further in the back, he kept his main depot away from the rest. But they get the glimpse back in. On Dartizi does have BKB, but not feeling the need for it. Aghanims is there for Disruptor. Gotta be careful. Crystallize could go into the big song play if they want to go for the opening, but they just dropped the Static Storm down on the Gyro. No chance or possibility for him to BKB away. And now also the Doom is in trouble. The big splitter comes through in a second. Can they find it? Crystallize going to be able to pop that one now. Ramsey's still there in the Doom. They're looking for the perfect setup. Can they find it? Splitter connects onto all of those people, bringing them low. The Doom is there, but the Leshrac, the pony, is already dealing the damage. Crit in the back line completely destroyed Leshrac, but now he is going to be left to his own devices as the rest of EG is either left or is dead, and they find another kill. Navi fighting back in a beautiful way.
So, Lyrical, let me pick your brain for a second, because I want your honest opinion here.
All right, tell me.
At what point do you see the repair kit and just go, let's just push mid?
You know, I think right away, maybe.
Because I'm looking at it and I'm going, okay, you got the ward set up, right? You got that really nice high ground vision where the outpost used to be for Na'Vi. You see the repair kit used as another tier 3. Why do you not just swap to mid and make them use another charge, right?
Yeah.
Because the only reason they held that one is because they still had one charge left. But if you go from top to mid because you see they have the repair kit and you force 2 charges right away, then your next push will probably work. So.
You know, the other thing is, Zayat. Oh, they found the Lich again. They got him caught and do have another steal if they want to use it, or you can just keep a hold of that homing missile. Na'Vi suddenly striking on all cylinders, and they're looking
Look at
really
how much
bad.
money this disruptor has all of a sudden. He just got his axe.
He is a monster.
This guy has got, like, I don't know. His investments matured very quickly, we'll say that.
And this is going to be a problem for the rest of the game for EG. Not only just, you know, dealing with the song into the static storm, but just the straight up static storm. Like, that's what happened earlier. They just blew him up.
Yeah, I mean, that deal of the Aghanims was the best case scenario. Because you got an Ags reveal on a core, and then it catches you by surprise. That's the whole point, is you don't know that the guy has the Aghanim. So you think that you're fine because you can just BKB, but then you get hit by the storm, and there's no way you can buy back and be at that engagement because it's too far. So that's like the best case scenario for them. They're gonna find Ramses here. No static storm, so he should be able to just BKB and run if he needs to. Not even gonna have to expend the charge.
Well,
but yeah.
Is this the point now where you feel like Naga can just take over the game? Like, how concerned are you with your EG?
I think that Meepo is already kind of like running out of gas. Like, we saw how easily he kind of got kited there. He's got his 2 Scotties and his E-Blade. It's not like he doesn't have farm. It's just that Meepo wants to be like 1 or 2 items ahead, and they're going to find Fly in the exact same spot again, I guess. Yeah, this seems like something that we've witnessed once or twice.
And now Ramses might have to BKB for that one. Turns around with the Doom, not able to keep the vision, or decides that he does not want to go for it anymore, as there was a Heavenly Grace on him, so on status resistance. They actually dropped a Dragon Scale too, which we'll just pick up now. Whew.
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to Doom there.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see the Reddit post. Repair kit OP, please nerf.
Dire's middle
EG
tower
lose to
is under
repair
attack.
kit, but in all honesty, they really should have just went mid. Like,
Dire's top
Or
barracks
bottom.
has
It's
fallen.
what-
Finish off the other racks there.
yeah, I mean, it's easier in hindsight, and it's easier when you're watching the game. But that's the one lesson I take away from this, is that if you're in that position where you're so strong that you're just controlling the map, it's a free rotation to mid. It's not like they're gonna kill you on the 2-second run it takes you to get there.
Right. Well, and I think that it's also particularly harder to do it against a disruptor, like you're saying, that like can just pull you back in. And there were multiple times where it felt like they were trying to disengage, but did not end up happening in the end. As Abed just E-Blades the creep. Got to use it for something. I also would say that the Philosopher's Stone for the disruptor made a huge difference. Like, the fact that he was able to get this Aghanim this much quicker is huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, him not having that item means that our TG walks away, and then who knows what happens.
And they pull him back in again. They've got this Doom in the static storm. No answer at all. They've also netted RTZ, trying to save that BKB if at all possible. He's getting brought down real freaking low. Pops the cheese, tries to live. And now the stun comes out onto Meepo. The chain frost now between the two of them, but they get to pull back in another round of it, and they kill off this hero in time. Crystallized getting brought down very low, but Magical is the big bad boss in the midst. They get the kill onto Ahmed, and now chasing forward for more. And again, the BKB was not able to solve the gyrocopter's problems. Fly is gonna die. They're buying back, trying to hold on in this game. Number 1, EG do not want to drop down to the lower part of this GSL bracket. But Na'Vi are the ones that are looking large and in charge here. Because if they wanted, they can just back out for Roche, or even just go for more here.
Yeah, there's no reason really for them to back to it. They can force one more buyback. I think as soon as, well, they have Song too, right? And they know that BKBs are on CD for a little while. So there's no reason for them to leave.
Magical sticks around there. As the Diabolic Edict continuing to run, the Nagasaran Illusions going in there. And wanting to finish off this melee rack. Still 30 seconds before Meepo is back up. The Illusions and the right clicks from Lesh eventually claim it. EG searching for an answer, not finding one. Graphs are going to swing heavily the other direction.
Well, there is another Roshan available. This one's going to have the Aghanim Synth, and Na'Vi are probably going to get contested here. GA is going to be down for about 30 seconds. Meepo's going to be respawning. The Shrine is dead. If EG want to fight this, they have to move. Yeah, they immediately smoke. they can't give this one away. If this goes to Navi, the game might as well just be over at this point.
Well, Navi wisely going to back out there as they do not want to try and take that fight without good vision, good understanding of what's happening, and they see EG move out across the map.
Radiant's
they back out. Don't take that fight.
Attack.
Yeah, it's a good call because Navi are no longer the ones who are under pressure. Like they've taken a lot of really good fights. They use their repair kits to like hold their tier 3 or whatever, and then they take a really good engagement, get mid racks, force buyouts. They're the ones who can kind of just like sit and chill and be like, okay, we're gonna react to what EG do because EG are the ones who have to make a play now. It's no longer, you know, we need to hold or we need to make this play to buy time. EG are the ones who are under the gun, who are like, oh god, our Meepo is not really able to kill anyone anymore. I mean, he just got chain stunned that whole fight. The GA is enough time for them to basically just kill Abed, and then after that, the fight is over. Like, if the Meepo's dead, you don't have any damage anymore, which I think is pretty much the main issue that EG are currently having, is they just don't have any damage.
Oh god, that was sick. They send the couriers in to scout for him, and now they found themselves another fly Magical chasing him down, while on the other side they've got themselves another pickoff. To look like Lich and Enchantress are going to be the two to go down. Pasha backing away, they're going to take that chain frost to the face. But now EG, 2 supports dead. Navi are going to feel comfortable just walking right on in if they want. Man.
Yeah, this is painful for EG. Honestly, a really big misplay, not just like realizing that you can't push into the repair kit and just to walk to the other lane, you know? Because even if you didn't successfully push there, you have to make it music, you know? You can't just keep hitting the same tower over and over and over again.
Yeah, totally. Well, and I guess the other thing too, when you're looking at this, is like, I feel as if this Navi team is looking better than I expected. I had some pretty high expectations. Magical has been playing out of his mind. I feel like Crystallize has had a really good game on this Naga Siren. Everybody's kind of played above what I was expecting from this Navi lineup.
Yeah, I think Magical was the biggest, what's the word? He was impressive. Like, his TA matchup against Abed, he crushed him, like solo killed him 2 times. You know, they did end up losing that game, but I wouldn't say it was necessarily because of anything that he did, at least in the early laning phase. So, like, his laning has been solid. His decision-making, like itemization, I kind of was questioning the bots, but they ended up working out. You know, he was able to be in the spots that he needed to be. And he's been pretty much the one who's dealing with the Meepo, more or less. Like, he's the guy who's
Crystallize
is really nice.
Almost 8,000 gold on the Naga Siren. He is so stacked. Oh.
Yeah, he's living large.
Player. How do you feel about Telescope as an item?
Oh, it's amazing.
Love it.
It's actually incredible. Like, having the scan CD alone is crazy, especially in competitive games, because, you know, you go from, what is it, like the 7 minute or something like that to 3.5. Like, scans are really important. It helps you get picks, it helps you utilize smoke, being able to, you know, start a fight on your own terms, knowing where the enemy is. It can get you an objective, Roshan, like tons of things. And plus, like, the added value of having the attack and casting bonus.
Look at this slow beatdown. They're just trying to stop it, but they finally get the enchant back up. And, well, 2 more come in. Give me your range tracks. Oh, dude, that is so freaking demoralizing. Dirty.
Yeah, I'm not sure what EG can really do at this point. When you're tracking your bases, these heroes, it's even worse, right? Because you're not able to really utilize any of the stuff you want. Like, Gyro's a platform, Evil can obviously platform, but you can't do that when you're stuck on your Hydra.
And Ramsey's yet again going to be the sacrificial lamb going to the wolves that is Navi as they chase forward, have the Diabolic Edict explosions as well. They disarm him, they're going to turn him back around and find the kill on a Gyrocopter. No buyback for 2 minutes. Magical all alone, but it doesn't really matter. This man has the Aegis, and now the turnaround is going to come again as they're looking for the follow-up stomp. Going to connect here onto the Meepo. Do they time it right? Magical waits for the last second, gets him caught, gets him killed. Abed has to buy back immediately into that one. one. Crit doing a ton of damage on this Enchantress and is going to burn through that Lesh. But again, it is looking mighty tough as Ramsey's going to be brought down for another round. EG with no answers for this lineup from Navi that has bit the bullet and made enough time work out for themselves. As Zaya coming in for the body blacks on the crit as they try and kill him off, but GG is called as Navi gonna take down Evil Geniuses in this best-of-3 series.
Navi.
Not aided by time, and they did just that. The Omni-Lex combo was really potent. Like, every time they had GA, it felt like EG couldn't really kill anyone. Because the magical damage output on EG is fairly high, but once you get to a certain point in the game, 25, 35,